On the evening of November 3rd, 2013, Cleveland firefighter Lieutenant William Walker was gunned down in his driveway as he returned home from picking up fast food. He had been married to his wife, Uloma Curry-Walker, for just 4 months. She shared with first responders that she had recently been diagnosed with cancer. The homicide investigation had little to go on until over a year later, when a witness came forward with a shocking revelation. The witness told police that he'd been approached to carry out a hit on William by a man named Chad Paget. Investigators instantly recognized the name. Paget was the boyfriend of Uloma's 17-year-old daughter, Jacqueline Hines. Searching through Paget's phone records, police found evidence to suggest he could be connected to the murder. They arrest him and question him about what they've discovered.
We got to go talk to the prosecutor about this tomorrow. We don't have a whole lot to give him on your behalf.
Don't know what that means, but I'm just telling you what I know.
That's gonna be brought to them too, believe me, okay?
The only thing is, if I talk to these people, how's my safety gonna go about this now? Like I said, we in a closed room. The camera there, yeah, it might get out, it might get seen like I just seen Derek.
You ain't gonna see yourself on TV or nothing on that.
I'm not worried about seeing myself on TV. Like I said, I'm just worried about other people seeing me and what I'm saying. I don't want to be labeled a snitch, and I don't want to be labeled as a basically where.
So that's more important than your kids' label. That's more important than your kids. That's what you're telling me.
No.
You've said that. You've said that probably a handful of times.
Labeled a means basically that you're gonna get your ass whooped by whoever you snitched on, whoever his people are, or whatever. A snitch gets their ass basically beat up, killed, or whatever that happens. I'm not trying to get neither one done to me. I'm trying to live a life, man.
Is this the life you want to live?
No, that's why.
What's done is done, dude.
Get out, like, trying not understand it. I'm trying to go home, but I guess not.
Listen, if we can tell you you're 1,000% safe, if we can tell you that, just hypothetically, if we could tell you that, would that change things? Would that change your perspective? Would that change how far you're willing to go to save your ass?
Not fully, because that's just saying. That's not fully, there. It's not safety already. Y'all just saying, oh yeah, I can give you safety. But 2 minutes later, I go back downstairs, and then next thing you know, 5 hours, something happened. Damn, they just said 100% warning, So I'm just saying some type of like that, like it could happen at any moment. Like I'm sitting down there already nervous, just waiting for somebody to come in and be like, "Yeah, what's up? Da da da. We got a fight or something." I'm like, "Okay."
Down where? Where are you talking about?
Yeah, downstairs. Yeah.
In jail?
No way.
Man, come on, now.
Not here.
MCOs ain't doing nothing. I had to wait for 2 hours to get a blanket. I never ate really. Earlier I ate.
I'm not saying about that.
No, I'm just saying like, if something do pop off, they gonna be late to get to it. It's always bound to pop off in there. You should hear them now. It's funny. They do their play and just think about everything. That's what I'm doing.
You're not thinking enough about your kids, man, because if you were, you'd be wanting to help yourself.
I've sat up and cried so much about my son.
Yeah.
Crying ain't gonna get.
I know, crying don't get nowhere.
Mm-mm.
Just gets the tears down your face, but yeah. Nothing. I mean, it is what it is.
You gotten any calls from Wayne since he's went away to prison or anything? Did he reach out to you or anything?
Never really had a phone.
Okay.
stay at my mom's sometimes. Sometimes I bounce down to my dad's apartment just so every once in a while we still go out to, not to West Virginia because they burned down the house, but we go to blah 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 new property, and then just the other day we went out to, I think somewhere close to West Virginia. It was like 2 hour ride from here, just go riding. I just pretty much bounce around this way. Nothing really happens, man.
Yeah.
I move, my son moves. Jackie goes with me a little bit because she's just sitting there, always worried about the son. I'm worried about child support a little bit and this and that, but
What, with your boy?
yeah. Do everything I can for him. When will I be able to get a phone call?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, when will I be able to?
You take it back over.
Thank you. I just want to call and make sure it's good.
Do you know what attorney your mom's getting for you?
I don't really know. I'm about to sell everything that I got just to get it. Don't know. I feel like we're gonna get nowhere with one of them people. Just
No, you might get somewhere because a decent attorney is going to look at this case and he's going to tell you you need to do something. Honestly. The good attorneys do that. Maybe you'll take the advice of an attorney as opposed to a police officer.
I really am.
You ain't taking our advice. You haven't taken our advice, man. You say you do anything for your kids. You ain't doing it.
That's what I'm doing.
You ain't doing nothing here for your kids. I'm telling you that right now.
Trust me. I came here.
Right. Nothing you've done today is going to benefit your kids in the least bit. I'm telling you, I'm being, again, it might sound like I'm being straight up with you, my man.
It's just kind of too off my head.
How old are you? 21 now?
Yes, sir.
21.
I'm 22.
So think about it in that perspective. Say you get 20 years.
You'd be just like my dad. That's not what I want.
It's not what you want, but I mean that's probably the best case scenario, and that's the honest to God truth. That's the best case scenario you're probably looking at. On the other hand, you're looking at maybe getting out and you're
The case file, like the junk file, where is it?
I think it's all. I think it's in the box underneath my desk.
Okay.
Everything should be in there. The other scenario you're looking at is, I mean, my partner showed you the death penalty, and I know you don't want that,
No,
right? Because then you never see your kids.
Right, because like I said, I have nothing to do with this.
But say that's off the table, then you're looking at maybe 40 years. So your kid's going to be a little younger than I am. I mean, that's probably, I mean, how old's your dad? Is your dad about 40, in his 40s? Think about that. Would you rather come out and have 20, 30 years with your kid, or have a couple years before you? I mean, right?
Rather have it all.
Well, listen.
I've been there so much now.
Listen.
Trying to be there so much for him. That's so he don't raise up as a little badass or just not a real gentleman or nothing. I mean, you teach them now, they know, but I won't be able to teach them later on. I mean, that's the things that suck. And that's why I'm trying to tell y'all everything I know so I can get the out of
You got to get past that, Chad. I'm telling you got to get past that.
I understand that. Like I said, I really am, man.
I mean, you know we are not bullshitting you with. We showed you a fraction of what we have, Chad. A fraction of the evidence we have that we're going to present in court against you. A fraction. You know we're not bullshitting. You know we know. You know that we know that you're not being truthful with us. You know that. You're not a dumb guy. You're not stupid. Okay? You're not stupid. You made a stupid mistake, but you're not stupid.
Thank you. I mean, I really am telling you everything, man.
Are you able to process that? I mean, even at this point, I know it's been a fucked up day for you. Are you even able to process what I told you there? I mean, you keep on saying you do anything for your kids. You've said that a handful of times, if not 10 times.
That's what I'm doing, though.
You're not, though, Chad. You're not being honest with yourself, my man. You're not.
I really am.
You watch stuff on TV, you see people go in front of judges. You ever see stuff, people getting sentenced for crimes they do, stuff on the news? You ever see when people get sentenced by judges?
Not fully, just
Okay.
just watch the news every once in a while.
Let me ask you this: Do you think a judge will be more lenient on someone who takes responsibility for their actions or denies their actions? What would you guess a judge would be more lenient with? Takes responsibility for their actions, right?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Chad, no matter, just saying it doesn't mean you're doing it. Just saying it doesn't mean you're doing it. You're not trying to take responsibility for your actions, because we're going to come out and we're going to put everything on the table and we're going to show the judge that you didn't take responsibility, because we're going to show him a totally different story than what you've given us here today. A totally different story. We're going to lay it out nice, and we're going to have big boards, big digital boards, and slideshows and videos, and the judge is going to look at that, and it's going to tell a lot different story than what you've told us here today. Trust me, all right? It is. If what you told us here today was the case, you wouldn't be sitting in jail across the hall.
That's what I'm wondering, for real.
No, you know. I mean, you're not wondering. You're just like...
No, I'm wondering, like, for real, like, just some bullshit. We go to home. I'm fat. I'm hungry. That's my son.
Did you look at the stuff we showed you earlier today? Did you look at that stuff?
Yes, sir. Real hard. And it's like, wow.
Tell me what a jury's going to think when we show them that. And again, that's bits and pieces of what we have. Bits and pieces. Tell me what a jury's going to think. Are they going to find you guilty or not guilty if they look at that stuff?
I'm gonna go with y'all.
They don't go with us all. Juries have very strict instructions. And really, y'all, police really, civilians these days, police really aren't liked by a whole lot of civilians, to be quite honest with you. Honestly, it's not like they side with the police automatically these days, I'm telling
They
you.
are, man. It's just like
No, they're not.
You just got to get on the cop bad side just for them to fuck you over or get, you know.
I'm saying police are being scrutinized more today than ever before. But I'm telling you right now, it's gonna have nothing to do with siding with the police. They're instructed to look at the evidence. They can't hold what we say in any higher. They can't take for granted what we say. They can't take for granted what we're saying is the truth. All we're doing is we're presenting evidence. That's all we're doing. And they're gonna look at the evidence. And what do you think they're gonna do? Do you think that stuff that we showed you, those few things we showed you today, do you think those few things look good for you? Do you think those are going to help you? You looking for a gun 2 weeks before this happened, you looking for a gun the day before this happened, you saying in a text, her family really needs this, I need a ham, her family needs this done. Do you think that looks good for you?
And you know what, Chad? And Chad, the thing is it's not only you too. I mean, there's other people's texts that we have. We have Chris, and so on. And if it comes to a point, I'm just an example. I know, Chad. I got that, and I respect that. I respect that, man. But I'm just saying, if Chad, just think about this, or Chris, if Chris were to be presented, well, Chris, what the hell's all this? You know Chris, we don't know him. He's your cousin. You thought you knew him well, okay? I'm just saying. So, hey, if we say, hey, Chris, eventually, you know, we got an issue here. What the hell is all this about? Look at you. You're bringing over this this high point for what? To who? What's going on with this? I mean, what do you think his little reaction will be? And again, you know him. When it gets to that point, and Chad, the thing is not just that day. We didn't forget about just that day. What about hours later? Game over. What game is over? Tell me. I'm just throwing that out there. What game, dudes? Hey, dudes. What game is over? And again, that just goes towards, hey, I don't know, and I can't say, oh, this is exactly what they mean, because it is just words. But if you put that in perspective of what's going on, how everything proceeds, And then, and again, it comes down, you're right. I mean, somebody reads, hey, game over. We got a body. And again, when it comes down to, like, Chris, how does he react to this? You know? Chris, I know, I'm just, so all I'm trying to do is explain to you, that if you're going to think about yourself, don't necessarily think just right now, okay? You're right. You want your safety and you want to think about yourself. And yes, you have a boy at home. Your son's going to be there for you, okay? But also consider how other people are going to react and what are they going to say about what happened when Derek, Chad, and Ryan went driving off that night. That's all I'm at. Consider that. In your head, you consider that for yourself, okay? Just think about how you think that might come around, because you know what? A lot of times, I know they're your cousins and that, oh, I got you. I got your back. But when it comes down to it, how much of your back do they really have? Got it? I'm just saying, you know? So, I mean...
You told us yourself Chris called you a liar, right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, cuz. Let me ask you something.
Do
you feel bad about what happened over there?
Where?
Do you feel bad about this guy getting killed?
Yes, sir.
How bad do you feel?
Pretty damn bad that I didn't say nothing. And for two, like, if I wasn't there and did not know nothing about it, I'd have felt bad regardless, just because when I met him, he was a good man. Like I said, he knew I worked for the city. We'd sat up and talked about that and everything. Him and his big ass cigars. Them bitches big.
He never did you wrong, right?
Never. At all.
Yeah.
And I mean that, like, he never said nothing wrong to me. We always got along. It was cool.
You never did him wrong.
No, not at all.
You had no reason to want to harm him, right?
No, sir.
What?
No, sir.
Does this person look familiar to you? I know it's not current, right?
Chris.
Who is that?
It's Chris.
Who's that, your cousin?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Chris.
But he doesn't look like that now, does he? He's grown up a little,
Yeah.
got a little rough, hair is long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what's that. Yes, sir.
Is he pretty unstable or emotionally, would you say?
I don't know.
A lot of women problems?
I mean, I've heard about him and his little situation because his girlfriend's mom came down to my mom's house and thought he was there one day. And supposedly, I guess he was hitting her in front of Burger King. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It was just funny sitting there listening to it because she's Spanish and it's like, she was
really?
just on my mom's porch like, I think I'm like, whoa.
That's his current girlfriend?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Nana? I don't know.
Hispanic though, huh?
Yeah, and like I said, she was over there flipping. I'm like, oh wow, my mom's not gonna understand that, and she's just like, huh? Yelling at me in the driveway. I'm like, okay, never mind. Then my mom comes.
He's gotten robbed a few times, hasn't he? And didn't he get shot or something?
Everybody's got robbed, and
But
if I'm not mistaken,
he gets.
I've heard about him getting shot. I don't know nothing about that really. I really
What?
didn't.
It's
Yeah.
your cousin.
That's what I'm saying. I don't talk to him that much, so it was like that man was on his own.
Right.
After him and his little drama between him, his stepdad Shaq, I left it all alone and found out he was stealing cars too or whatever. I don't know.
So you have distanced yourself from him. You guys have become distant a little bit.
Once I went through that, distanced myself from everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, literally, you can ask everybody I know.
Is it fair to say that night you up?
Yeah, it did. It clearly
Yeah.
did.
You can kind of see it in your, not that it tells a lot, but your messages, just how you kind of were texting or talking. And it's kind of a way of talking after that. You just didn't seem,
Just
saying.
right. It was like, I should say something, but I just don't know the best way to.
Who's this guy?
His Derek.
He's the one that drove you over there?
And left my ass, yes, sir.
He left your ass?
Yes, sir.
Was Ryan about that?
A little bit, yes.
More than you?
A lot.
A lot more than you? Ryan was? Did Derek know Ryan at all?
I don't think so. Unless you seen him around in the neighborhood, that's the only thing.
The day you went over there, did Derek know Ryan?
No.
He had never met him?
No. We barely knew who it was. He was like, what's up? I'm like, whatever. And that was it.
Yeah. Did he get at him? Did he yell at him at all when he said, hey?
When he told us to get out the car, he's like, yes. And like, went to go slam his door. I'm like, bro, just chill. And then, like I said, that's when everything just started going. I'm like,
He didn't pull the gun on him or anything?
no.
He just slammed the door?
Slammed the door, called my guys, and just, I'm like, walk away. Don't even worry about it. Find my way home. That's all I was worried about, was finding my way home.
See police cars and ambulances and fire engines coming that night?
I seen the fire truck. That was it.
Did you ask him what he did when you saw the truck? Obviously, you saw the truck going in that direction, right?
I mean, the
fire truck going in the direction of where...
I didn't have to ask him what he did. I just put two and two together when the nigga put the gun in my side and said, you ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna say nothing. I'm like, no. I figured it was a straight up robbery. Straight up.
So when you already saw the fire truck,
I
it's
thought it was
just
going somewhere
added.
else. No, I thought it was going somewhere else for real.
Did you see it turn up towards where you...
No. It just came straight down. You look, when I was walking down that way, it just came straight down. I looked at it. I was like, damn, something on fire. And just kept walking. As I'm walking with Ryan, like I said, when he told me that shit, dude, I didn't know what to do.
Did he duck or anything?
He just kept his head towards my way. That was it. I was walking on the right-hand side. He was walking on the left. That was it.
Did he hide the gun anywhere as you guys were walking?
Mm-hmm.
Where did he hide it?
In his hoodie pocket to his waist.
But he kept it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting at.
Because when he pulled it out, he was like, shit. So you ain't gonna say nothing.
Right,
No.
but he didn't put it up anywhere on the while you guys were walking. Like throw it, pitch it, hide
That
it.
I seen, no.
You would have.
I would tell you where it's at if anything, or
You walked with them the whole way, right?
to the rapid station.
Okay.
Yes, sir. He walked with me. I didn't walk with him. Otherwise, I would have tried to leave.
I understand. I got you.
And then when I got home and clicked in, and I would have tried to say something. I mean, I would have still been stuck, but I just don't know. It's like,
So when you got home, it's accurate that your girl already knew that William was dead.
when I got there, she was sitting on the porch crying. I said, they
Did
was
she
gone.
tell you where her mom was?
She said she was in her house or something like that. I'm like,
No, like at that moment, was she at the hospital or still at home, anything like that? Do you know?
She just said she was at the house that day. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I'm like, well, what's going on? She like, babe, I don't know. She said it was dead and kept crying. I said, babe, just chill, just calm down, just calm down. I said, if you want, I can try to go back over there and get you a ride. She's like, no. She's like, I don't want to be in the mix of all this stuff. I don't know what's going on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't a full, like, I don't know what's going on. She's like, I don't know what to do. Like, Will's dead, da da da. I'm like, babe, you'll be alright. Just chill, just chill. You know how it is when you lose somebody. It's kind of hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was she gonna move to Madison or stay at the house mostly off Euclid, Lambert with or Lamson?
We moved out to Madison.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if she was staying in Cleveland
No,
because
we-
there was downstairs with grandma.
Right. The grandma once all that happened, she was too scared.
Well, no, I know when that happened. Yeah, I get that.
She
How about prior? Let's say this never happened.
moved out to Madison.
Never will got hurt. She would have moved out to Madison.
Yes.
Grandma, where was grandma going?
If I'm not mistaken, out to Madison because the way I seen the kitchen and was talking to her mom one day, she said she can't cook noodles. She burnt the microwave up
Right.
and the stove. And I asked her, I said, what y'all gonna do? Like, can't just put her in the nurse home. And Jackie was like, she's going with us. I'm like, oh, okay. And her mom asked, did I like the country? I said, yeah. She said, well, since Bubba's, got property and stuff, can you bring your four-wheeler out here and everything? I was really trying to bring my four-wheeler. I guess she ended up losing the house or whatever the hell happened.
What house? Oh, the one in Madison?
Madison.
Oh, she did lose it?
I don't know. Like, that's what Jackie was trying to tell me. She was like, "Babe, I think my mom lost the house because of the phone." She sometimes has the phone, so it's like, person that her mom gave her, like, the reference number to. She called, some lady called and was like, what is your mom's new address? Because I'm seeing she don't stay in Madison no more. Jackie's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to my mom in so long. And then, like, the car place called after that. And then I'm like, oh, wow. And then that's it.
So Jackie and her just kind of quit talking?
They didn't quit talking. It's just,
I mean,
mom was going through it.
Oh, okay.
My mom was going through it. Like, that woman, I mean, Jackie talked to me the one day and was like, "Babe, I'm over here with mom right now. She's taking sleeping pills or something." I'm like, wow. She talks to her sister, Jessie.
Mm-hmm.
Jessie tries to help her out a little bit and talk her through it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
You had a picture of
In the case file. The actual work file.
Where's that? I didn't see
He
it.
took it, he went and got it out of the.
Oh, it's up there now.
Great.
Where was Jackie at when you guys left the house over on 100 to go over to Lamson? Where was Jackie? In your room?
Down, yes, sir.
And you tell her what when you leave?
Nothing. She was like down sleeping.
When you left?
Yes, sir.
But she was awake when you got home, or she was sleeping when you got home?
She was awake when I got home on the porch crying.
Who else was there at the house when you got home?
My mom, I think my sister, and then a couple hours later, the neighbor looked out the door. And she was asking what was going on. I just told her it's okay. Something just happened. I didn't tell her much. It was just, I was like, it's okay, something happened. Jackie's just going through it. She's like, all right, just making sure you don't need no help. I'm like, no, that's it. That, I straight home, smoked 2 blunts, and just sat back and thought about it.
Did Jackie ask you where you were at? When'd you tell her?
She said, I went somewhere real quick to go get some blood. And she was like, okay. She thought I went to up the street or something and got blood, came back. So I said, I'm stuck on how to tell her what to tell her that I do.
So right now, at this very minute, she has zero knowledge that you were over there that night, that he was killed. Is that true?
Yes, sir. She don't know that.
I'm pretty sure it's Jackie that wanted him dead, to be honest with you, my man. Her own mom told us that they don't get along.
I mean, everybody don't get along with their stepdad. I never got along with mine, but it was never to that certain point. Like I said, every time being on the phone with her, the only thing that man ever tripped about was some dishes, but that was nothing.
How about vacations? Did Jackie ever go on vacation with them?
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, where'd they go?
Going to One time they went to Ireland and then.
Did she go to Ireland?
I don't know. I just know they were all talking about Ireland. Well, not all of them. One day her and her mom was talking about Ireland, and then I was like, "What you got that Aruba shirt on for?" And she was like, "I went to Aruba." I'm like, "Where the f is that at?" Like, I still don't know where it's at.
Did she ever talk about
She just told me like
vacations that she may have been left out of?
no,
No.
not at all. Not at all. I mean, shit, I got left out of vacations. I ain't even that salty. Man, but hey,
Oil and water. That's how.
Yeah, I know.
That's how Loma explained it. Oil and water. Would you explain your? I mean, that's a pretty substantial statement to say someone's like oil and water, right? Wouldn't you say?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That ain't light.
Right. That's like, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, pretty much oil and water. That is about the only thing that don't go together. Well, the food downstairs and my stomach that don't go together. I mean, like I said, I don't really think she wanted that man killed or nothing. I really don't. That girl just hit 18. Well, not just. She hit 18 and everything. She's got her head on. Just never really fully finished school.
Oh yeah, it's black and white.
There should be a.
You showed me a picture earlier. I know what he looked like. So
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, earlier.
that's all I'm saying. Besides that,
Yeah.
sitting on the hood, it's not hard to describe an ugly dude with some funny teeth.
Yeah.
It's not hard to. My mom was even like, "Oh, that boy got some good teeth." But like I said, I don't think Jackie really had any reason to kill that man. I mean, I can't speak on her behalf though. Like I said, I can't speak.
You
on
could.
anybody's. No, because like I said, it's a mouth is a mouth on everybody.
How about that comment that you made? Her family needs this done. I need a ham. How about that? What does that mean? What did you mean by that? Her family really needs this done. I need a ham. Nothing.
Never really said that.
That means something.
Never really said that.
You texted it. You want me to show it to you?
No, I'm just
Okay. I'm not lying to you.
I know.
Okay. You said
Don't remember saying
her
that.
family really need that done. I need a ham.
Never really remember saying that.
Well, you did. It's in print. That's going to be part of the stuff that goes into evidence.
Right.
This just ain't you. We're not nearly done yet. This ain't you. This ain't just you, my man. This goes deeper than you. We know that. You just got f***ed up with this little young girl that
I love.
you love, but
Yeah.
listen to me, man. If it wasn't for this girl and her family, you wouldn't be sitting here right now. If you had never met that girl,
I've already.
who is Uloma's daughter, you wouldn't be sitting here right now. Do you know that? Do you know that? Is that a true statement?
If I never mess with this girl at all, then I'll be here. Yes.
True statement, right?
But hey, it's
But you're willing to... I guess you're willing to sit in an electric chair for her.
up if I'm sitting in an electric chair for anybody. I don't know.
Or even sitting behind bars for an extremely long time too. Okay.
That's one.
The situation that he told you earlier. Okay. Just remember that. All right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You think it's fair that you're sitting in here and Jackie's out there and Uloma's out there and Derek's out there? Do you think that's fair?
Oh really? I just.
Why isn't that fair? Tell me. You don't think it's fair, do you?
Cause I'm here for some stupid reason.
It's not a stupid reason. It's a stupid mistake you made. That's why you're here.
I say, it's just something stupid that I'm here. It's ridiculous.
You just want to keep that all bottled up, though. You don't want to get it off your chest.
I'm trying to, man.
But you can't.
In the end, it's just the only other full thing, man, is my safety. Like I said, yeah, y'all saying that it's gonna be 101%, but I can't be too for sure of that. I'm really not gonna be too for sure of that.
So when I say we know that you're not telling us everything you know, that's can you agree with me there? Because because you just saying what you said there about your safety.
Yeah,
that in a roundabout way just told me that you're not telling us everything.
I'm saying, as I get out of here,
you're not getting out of here.
Downstairs, what's my safety? Like, I told y'all everything. Y'all said my safety could be 101%, but yeah, I never care less anymore because I told you.
No, you're still protecting Jackie. You're still protecting Uloma.
I ain't protecting nobody.
No, you are.
I ain't protecting nobody. Really not.
Well, what'll happen is you'll be charged tomorrow sometime, okay? If your mom, no, I'm just letting you know, so you're aware, okay? This is how it's good. This is how it works. You'll be charged tomorrow, sometime. The next day is when, if your mom doesn't have an attorney for you, you'll be appointed an attorney, okay? So, all right.
Like I said, I don't know how it works.
Well, let's beat the girls down there in 3, talking about 3D. That's not.
What are you talking? He gets an attorney. You get an attorney. You get assigned attorneys, dude. That's all I'm telling them.
Okay.
I'm just trying to.
Goes, man.
I know. That's all I'm trying to tell them.
I
It
got you.
says you'll get 2 attorneys because the charge is a very high charge. So you get 2 very good attorneys. Okay. The one thing I can suggest again, I know you claim you have been. Be upfront with them. They'll work with you and they'll probably advise you in the best way. All right. Don't listen to these jailhouse lawyers. Don't talk to, I mean, because they're going to tell you, oh, they're useless. You know what? They're good attorneys, okay? Seriously, they're not, this isn't a case where, hey, you're just a tick on their ass and they don't want to have to do it. They'll work the case, okay? They're going to work in your best interest. I just suggest that you be upfront with them. And honestly, you'll probably hear kind of like maybe some of the same advice. We won't talk to them, believe me, they won't talk to us. I'm just telling you, they're going to try and help you along as best as possible, your best interest.
I just don't know how it goes.
That's how it's going to go, okay? So
They'll set your bond on Friday as well.
So it's people that's going to be.
what's that, man?
So I just know it's going to be people that's trying to me or my family. It is what it is now. So
I don't know. You know what? A lot of times people
I
think
just
that's
hope there better not be one person me today, tomorrow, nothing.
check. Honestly, and you're right. A lot of people, a lot of times they think they expect to get screwed with whatever, and it just doesn't happen. Just saying. So, Doherty, he'll be going back to prison. Okay, so he's out of the loop. Okay. At some point, though, again, just to let you know,
it's just the people who might know that's around. Like,
I got you. Okay,
can't be too sure. There's too
In
much
your-
head turning.
in your mind, I got that. Okay. All right, you're going to be paranoid about that. I understand that. Okay.
I'm already paranoid. Just so hectic, man.
Since
I
the
don't know
day it
who is
happened,
who.
you've been paranoid.
I
Okay.
don't know who is who, and it's like
You didn't leave the house for weeks, whatever. After it happened, there's a reason.
I'm sorry, I never left really.
Yeah. So, anyways, but a lot of times, all I told you is that usually, most of the time, I'm not saying every time, nothing happens. But he's going back to prison. He's not, at this point, he's not going to be included somewhere down the line. He will be. But the thing is and your attorneys will go through this aspect of it. You know, again with you, Chad, just they'll tell you, you know, what do you want to do? I mean, how do you want to proceed? You want to make the things as best as possible for you. That's probably the approach. They'll go over it with you, and of course it's your choice because they're working for you. Okay, so but that's how it'll work. All right. So it'll probably be maybe sometime late afternoon or something that happens tomorrow. Okay. So.
Well, I'll be able to make the phone call to my mom and talk to my son.
Yeah. We're gonna put you on the phone. Okay. We had to do.
I know. I understand.
We had to do a couple things,
I
and
understand
a
about
lot of times, sometimes people make the mistake of trying to interfere.
Yeah, no, that's why I said
That's
I
all.
understand.
Give me a second, okay?
Sit tight real quick.
Give me a second. You even open, I open that for you. You need a sip it. Do you want any of it before we go back over? You sure? I got you, man.
Convinced Chad Padgett still isn't giving them the whole story, investigators give him some time to think before bringing him back in for another interview.
Wherever you feel comfortable starting.
I know, I'm trying to think. It's hard. Well, I've been with that girl for 6 years. Non-stop. On and off. Like, we've been cool. I met her mom a bunch of times. She seemed pretty cool. One day, dropped her off at work, picked her up. She asked me a question. She asked me, did I want to make like $10,000? I said, yeah. How? And then, me not thinking right and being dumb, she asked me to, I don't know how to put it.
How'd she ask it?
No, I'm saying, like, I don't know how to put it.
What words did you use?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, no.
How'd she say it, brother?
She asked me to kill Will. I said, I can't do it, but I might know somebody. She said, okay, that's cool. She had to check that dang when she asked me. And then it's like, she was like, the day is done. A little bit later, I can give you the check. I'm like, all right. That's when I knew a dude named Ryan and asked him. He said, yeah. And I truly didn't mean to put Derek in the middle of this. I really didn't. Chris called him for a ride for me, told him I had to go get my bud.
Is that on the up and up?
What?
About him being asked to go get some bud?
Yeah,
That's legit.
yes, legit. But I don't want no problem with that man. I never really.
Okay. I mean, you're not afraid of him.
No, I'm not afraid of him.
Okay.
I just don't want a problem with him because
Okay.
I really did bring him into something he shouldn't have been into, and I wasn't thinking, like I said, man. It was $10,000, dude. This money was running through my head, and
Yeah.
I just told my mom, give her money and get out of her way, and that was it. But Derek took us over there. He really did drop us off around the corner. I stood basically right there by the alley once I showed Ryan where the house was. I don't know how, don't know where he was when it all went down. The last thing I really did hear was one shot. I didn't hear all of them. I only heard the one, and then I heard screaming. I didn't know what to do, and it was just too late in my head to take it all back. Ran back to Derek's car. He told me, y'all on some bullshit, da. Get out. So I got out the car, walked into the rapid. Well, walking down to the rapid, Ryan told me, you ain't gonna see it. Hell no, I got you. Got on the rapid, went home. Jackie was sitting there crying. She kind of sort of knew about it. Well, she knew about it.
Yeah, up and up. She knew about it.
Yeah. She knew about it. She was still crying. She just was heartbroken because it really happened. I said, I truly didn't mean for it, man. I just thought about that money. Got home. I actually didn't went my way. Ryan went his own way. I don't know what happened all that night. Went home. Felt really in the inside. Didn't feel like I was like, God really hated me. That's what I felt like. But next day, Nicole came over, which was my cousin. She came over around like 10 o'clock the next day or so, or I think it was a day after that, and showed me a picture of Ryan on the news, talk about robbing Family Dollar and everything. And then he's been in jail since. I kind of sort of just feel nervous around the house when I was there because of who he was going to say something to, what was going to be said, who was going to come at the house just because of him sitting there, and he didn't want nothing else to be said so he could spend his time in jail. I don't know what happened to the gun. I really didn't buy the gun for my cousin Chris. I just told my mom I can't really think of the dude that sold it to me. Is one of Inky's type of people that I know from around the hood. He bought the gun and then did everything. And
who bought the gun? You gotta be upfront about it.
Uloma gave me the cash for the gun.
Right.
And I got it for Ryan. Boom, gave it to him.
Who handed you the gun before you gave it to Ryan?
That's the thing, I can't think of the dude's name at all. Like, if I really knew his name, I'd tell you right now.
How did you get to him?
Through Chris's people. Like, through Chris. That's how I was texting him. It was like, what's up with it, da. And then the dude, Inky, was like, Chris trying to get over him, 20. And then the dude came over with Chris and sold it to me. Went about his way. I told him I got him. And that was it.
So Chris arranged it then for you to get the gun through this guy, some dude in the neighborhood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I didn't get it from Chris because, like...
Is that an attempt just to keep Chris clean out of this?
No. That boy's on the run for his own damn self. I give two about him.
Okay.
That high point we saw in the text messages, that's the high point, right? That's the gun. That's the gun, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's the gun you eventually gave to Ryan?
Yeah.
How soon after you got it did you give it to Ryan?
What's it called? It sat in the backyard on the back porch for about... Sat on the back porch for about an hour. Ryan came over, asked him about it. He was like, yeah, so I gave it to him.
You asked him about what?
To
Just say it.
It's hard to say.
You know what though, Chad? You're already
You're
already there.
I'm already saying it, but it's just hard to say the word that.
It's so negative, right?
Yeah.
I gotcha. But it is just a word.
I asked him, is he able to kill Will for some money? He said yes.
And this was how long before actually this took place?
I think it was like 2 days before. Or 2. Something like that.
That's when you first brought it up to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
To Ryan. It was like, would you be able to do something for some money? And he was like, what's up? I was like, yeah. You gotta kill this dude for some money. He's like, all right, yeah, I'm down with it.
How much was it? How much money did you tell him? What did you tell him he'd get?
I told him around like close to 1,000. He's like, all right.
That he would get, right?
It's kind of sort of lost what I was about to say next. Yeah, I told him close to $1,000. He said, all right. Next thing you know.
So that was like 2 days before you first asked him. Now the day you got the gun was
The day before we went over there to go do it.
okay. Is that when you gave him the gun? When did you get the gun?
2 days before we did everything. And then I gave him the gun. When did I give it to him? I want to say, kind of sort of that day of going over there.
That same day?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Like a little bit before we went over there.
Okay.
Because I didn't know how he was going to go about anything. If it was just a scheme elaboration of his in his head to get money from me.
Yeah.
And just take the gun and go.
Yeah. So, gave it to him, boom.
Did you give him money along with the gun at this time, or?
Nope, just a gun. Left the money pretty much in my pocket. When we got out of Derek's truck to do it, boom, bow, did it. And then, like I said, when we was getting out of Derek's truck, Derek told us, you know, we on some we can't ride back on him, so we're gonna go get out. Ryan got out, slammed the door, said, and yelled at him. Derek kept pulling off, not worried about it. So walking down the street, I went to go give Ryan the money. As soon as I gave him the money, that's when he put the gun on my side, and I really thought I would just get shot right there. And he said, you ain't gonna say it. I was like, bro, I got you. I ain't gonna say nothing.
So that's where you gave him the money over there? After he did the shooting? So you got the gun the day before?
Not the day before, like 2 days before.
It was the day before.
Is it?
Okay.
It's the one we're talking about, the text messages that we showed you.
Yeah.
That was on November the 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah. It happened on November the 3rd, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I smoke so much.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But,
That's fine. But based on those text messages, when that text messages you were getting from Chris about the high, or from Inky actually, about him getting over you on the 9 high
I was
point.
about to say, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
It was that same day. That's when you got the gun.
Mm-hmm. Well, a little bit, a couple hours after the text messages was done and said, Chris came over with the dude and was like, what's it called? Like I said, got on the rapid, felt horrible. Shit. Kept looking in the next car, right at Ryan, putting my head right back down. Like, damn, what did I just do? Not thinking.
Yeah.
Like I said, got off the rapid, walked up West Boulevard to Madison. I told him, all right, I'll see you. He kept walking some. I crossed the street, hit BP, went into BP, bought them all, smoked it. Took my time walking to the house. Said, seen Jackie on the porch crying. She knew, and she just felt bad. Went in the house. Everything just was like, to me, so it was like, I sat around the house that day, Well, that night, smoked and just kept thinking about money. Next day, Loma calls Jackie and was talking to her. First question I asked her, what's up with the money? She said, give me a minute. Ended up turning into a week. I asked her about the money. She came over with like some change, not even that much. It was like probably like $300-400. I was like, here you go. And she said, I still got you, da da da. What's it called? I helped them move out of the old house in Lamson to out there in Madison. Stayed out there. I didn't stay out there. I was out there, back home, back out there.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Every couple times I'd go out there, sometimes she would give me like 100, 2 or so. Her son Macklin would have that one car that she rented. I guess he was renting it from her, and every time he'd pay the car note for it, she'd give me the money, and I just had the money. Going. But
How much total do you think she paid you over those few times that she gave you the money? How much do you think she actually paid you?
I don't have to do a dumbass decision like this.
Yeah.
Really not.
Did you get the initial? Where'd the initial 1,000 or so that you gave to Ryan over there come from?
I forget when she actually gave me that. I want to say it was like 3-4 days before, because I was actually spending a couple dollars. I mean, not like spending, but like I bought some food the first day she gave me the money, and I went from buying a half ounce of weed to buying a zip of weed, which was 2, and then.
So she initially gave you the money in a check form?
No, she gave me some money for it and was like, look, I'm for real about it. Gave me the money. I'm like, all right, cool.
How much money at that?
$1,000 she handed me.
She gave you a grand.
Mm-hmm.
And she showed you a
She
$10,000
showed me
check?
a $10,000 check after we went and picked her up from her job place.
Okay.
The thing is, I don't know about a check. I don't know if she was going to be able to really cash them up or not. But she had me.
Who was with you when she?
Jackie was in the car.
Okay.
She was like, look, see? And then I'm like looking at it, was like, okay, that's what's up.
Jackie was in the car for the whole conversation when she first presented you with this?
Yeah.
Were you were sitting in the back seat?
Yes, ma'am.
Jackie was driving?
I can't remember if she was driving or her mom was that day.
Okay, but you were in the back seat.
We
Because the
went
way
off
you
to,
described it, you kind of like she showed you the check from the
I was
front.
in the back seat. What's it called? We had just got done either going to the client's house out in Avon, or we had just pulled up in their driveway. I forget which one it was, but like I said, that's when she was asking me about it and everything. And
Was that a cleaning? Is that what it was? Cleaning?
what she did?
Her client, you said.
Her client, she told me she did like nursing.
Home care.
Yeah, home health. I was about to say nursing at home.
I got to.
She said she did nursing at home. I said
Okay.
okay. And
So that's where you were picking her up from work, was in Avon at a client's house.
yeah,
Jackie drove you guys out there?
yeah, she drove out there, and I can't remember if her mom or her drove back, but that's when she showed me the check and everything, and I'm like, all right.
And how long before would you say, days wise, when this happens? Or weeks? I don't know. How long?
I kind of sort of want to say it was just a week. That was it.
Within the week before?
Yeah, she was like, what day was that? It was literally a couple of days after I got home from West Virginia with my dad and his boss, Bubba. The pictures is on my Facebook. I just looked at them the other day.
So a couple days after you got back from the strip is when that...
When she asked me about
Was
it.
that the first time she ever asked you?
Yeah, it's the first time she ever asked me.
Okay.
She only asked me once, and I'm like, all right, I
Okay,
got
and
you.
then from there on.
Yeah. It was just, she.
Why?
What?
Did she give you a reason why she wanted him
Why?
dead?
Not fully.
Well, in part.
Not fully. She just said she was tired. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, all right, I got you. And I guess that's
Just tired of him?
Yeah. And that's when everything just fell in place.
You had no reason to do this on your own. Is that correct?
Never wanted to really hurt this man. It was just.
I mean, you
thought about the money, man.
Did you ever have a true beef with him? Did he ever
he
go
was
off on you?
No. Every time I went over there, like I said, he had a big ass cigar in his mouth. He'd be like looking at me like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's up, man?" He didn't know I smoked weed. He just knew I smoked cigarettes and miles. Because a couple times he give me some of these like Winston's funny kind from his cigar place. Never had no beef with the man. We talk cool, football, all that other shit.
Yeah.
Like I said,
He was kind of strict at his house. That's what we understand. That he liked it his way. I'm just saying. He did like it his way.
I don't know. I was only downstairs. I never went upstairs. I never really did. The downstairs was for me. Well, not for me. It was for her and her grandma. And then, what's it called? Every once in a while, Uloma would just come down. The one day he came downstairs, see me on the couch. He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What up?" He's like, "What you about to do?" I'm like, "Nothing." Why? That's when he asked me about his Explorer. I'm like, "What do you need work on?" And he told me about his brakes. I'm like, "All right, I got you." And that was the last thing, the conversation ever with me and him was.
Yeah.
No intentional beef, nothing like that at all.
Like,
dead serious.
How about Jackie?
They didn't really have no beef. They really didn't.
they didn't get along.
Yeah, they just, like I said, he would come home and be upstairs and be like, call Jackie's phone and be like, "Hey, come up here and do these dishes." She'd be like, "Why do I gotta go up there and do their dishes? Like, I don't, they don't cook food for her." They stayed upstairs. She stayed downstairs. Most days she would come to my mom's house. She would leave from my mom's, go there and have to clean up their whole house. And I'm like, okay, yeah. But she never had no whole beef with that man. It was just straight up her mom.
Yeah, what was the issue then? I'm sure Jackie told you about.
She never really did.
Problems that her mom had with him.
She never told me anything about them too. She was like, oh, like, before everything happened, she was like, "Man, Will, he went out to Ireland one time with my mom. They went to, because like when I was helping them move, that's when, seeing everything people's got, I'm like, damn, all this I got magnets all over the fridge from different places." And like I was asking her questions about places like that. She's like, "Yeah, we went there. My mom went there. I went there with them. Then Jesse and all that." And I'm like, okay. Just thought about the money, man.
Yeah. Did she tell you how much money she would give you to have this done?
She told me $10,000. $10,000 altogether.
And you didn't get $10,000, did you? Did you get close to $10,000?
Did you get?
How much would you say you got?
Probably altogether like over months, times, payments.
Months, I don't know, years. It's
no, I'm just saying, like,
I got you.
One day she'd pop up and be like, "Look, here's $100. Here's that." I'm probably want to say altogether about 2,500.
Total.
Yeah, probably.
And of that 2,500, how much did Ryan get?
500, and I still owe him 100. He was on my back about it.
He only got 500. How much did you tell him you'd give him?
I said, "You can get close to 1,000." He said, "I'm good. I'm cool. Whatever."
Really?
And I mean, come on now. The way these dumb motherfuckers are, they're thirsty nowadays.
Yeah. So you gave him You gave 500 to Ryan.
Yeah, that day.
That night?
Yeah, I still owed him 100. I still do. What's it called? like I said, when everything fell in place, boom, getting married, parted. I guess that's what set him off. And well, before then, he was already robbing, but I guess that's what set him off to go just straight up in the store and just shoot somebody. And
What's that? What set him off? What do you mean set him off?
That night of doing that must have, triggered his finger. Yeah, wilding out finger. I don't know how y'all put it, but one day I was, like I said, the next day I was sitting at, 2 days later I was sitting at the house. Nicole showed up, boom, showed me the picture and everything. A day after that I was watching my uncle's kid, and they were talking about the person at Family Dollar. They knew him and everything, and I'm like, damn, I knew the dude that shot that person. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, small circle, huh?
And sure enough, he got his ass caught. I mean,
do you remember when he got caught? He got caught about a week after. Wasn't long after.
no, I thought it was like, to me, it seemed literally 2 days after.
Well, yeah.
Literally.
It was a short time
It was
after.
like 10 days, yeah. 10 days.
10, okay. Yeah. See, just sitting there one day, and Nicole came over and was like, boom, they caught him. And Chris came over a little bit later with Nicole and was like, yeah, da-da-da. And that's the last time I fully ever had a full conversation with Chris. Other than that boy's, he's been doing him.
Why? What happened between you and Chris? Not that were you that close before any of this happened?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, once he had his kid, that boy just actually went into the streets more. I mean, I can't blame him. You got a kid, your girlfriend put you on child support. I'm not about to go to work for only $34 for 2 weeks either.
Yeah.
So I guess he went into the streets and started doing whatever he did. I can't speak on that boy's behalf.
Yeah.
He's a grown man.
But you guys weren't that close after that. I mean, you didn't have much contact with him after that?
Not much, no. Just every time, I go to my aunt's house for swimming or cookout, or my mom and them would have a cookout at the house. Sometimes he'd show up with his girlfriend, and then they'd literally leave. And I'm like, okay.
Before you talked to Ryan about doing this, it appears from your text messages that you may have asked somebody else to do it before you asked Ryan. Was there someone else that you talked to?
It doesn't get him in trouble either, okay? Just so you know. But
Oh, no, I understand.
Yeah.
I can't fully recall when y'all said something about it. I was like, damn, who the did I text? I don't really know.
It looks like you had the person come by your house based on the text messages. Come on through. I got something for you, something along those lines. And I think it was the day before this happened. So it was right around the same time frame.
Yeah.
Again, that person.
No, I'm trying to tell you, man. I still, well, not right now. I smoke so much weed, man. No, who the fuck was it, man? I can't think of who I asked.
So what about the gun? We see, I mean, what happened with the gun? Not that you saw it go here or be handed to anybody. What did you hear happen to the gun?
I don't know. I asked
Chris get rid of it?
I don't know fully. I truly don't know. I asked Nicole what gun did he use. She said it was supposedly what was that, a 32 if I'm not mistaken. She said it was a 32 with no clip. I'm like, how the f did you do a shooting with that? She said he put one in the head, went in there, and shot him. I was like, okay. But other than that, I don't know what happened to the gun or anything. I really don't.
So you bought the gun from somebody?
No, yes, sir.
How much did you pay for that?
Excuse me. I think it was like 160.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. 160.
What color was it?
It was a black gun. All black.
Semi-automatic?
See, y'all give me when y'all say semi-automatic.
You know what a revolver is.
Yeah, I know what a revolver.
Had
Okay,
a
semi-automatic
clip,
is
right?
right. Just
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Yeah, it was one of those.
Now, did you load it? And don't.
I just sat there, looked at it, and boom, took the clip out, cocked it back, seen the firing pin was in there.
Did you touch the bullets? Remember how we said about there was evidence?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Do you think that might be?
I was just about to say I might have fully, I might have touched the top on if anything from taking the clip out went like this. Like I said, you got to check out what you're buying first. I mean, I wasn't.
Oh, I got you.
I
would make sure you're buying.
Boom.
What you're buying.
Like I said, there's already bullets in it. Boom.
It was loaded already.
Yeah. Like I said, I touched the top on it. Know for a fact. After that.
Did you take the one out of that was already in it? Did you take that one out? Was there one in the chamber?
Did you do that?
Yes.
Jack one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because the dude came to the house with it on safety and everything. He's like, can't be too sure. I'm like, all right. Don't blame me, man. Don't blame me. Not, not even this, but I mean, I see why, but like I said, man.
That guy that Chris brought over with the gun, white guy, black guy, Hispanic guy, what was it?
Black dude, skinny. He had tats all over.
You think he had a criminal record? Okay.
He had to it.
I'm just saying.
I mean, no, he had to it because, like I said, any person, with tats completely all over neck to.
It's not Nicole's boyfriend, is it?
Who? Paul?
Paul.
Yeah.
No.
You know Paul.
Yeah, I know Paul. Me and him.
Wasn't Paul?
No. Me and him kind of cool, kind of ain't, but no, he didn't sell me the gun, not at all.
Nicole didn't sell you the gun?
No.
Okay.
I barely even heard about her having a gun until the day the police went in there and kicked down the door. And I was like, damn, she had a gun? Okay. But, no, I wasn't them. Like I said, it was some dude. I used to normally see this dude up at the corner store. Trying to think of his name, man.
He's from that neighborhood or not from the neighborhood?
He's got to be from around the neighborhood because he was like, yeah, I'm up at the store right now. I'm like, all right, I got you. And like, I mean, come on now, when you're talking to everybody that you know and niggas not naming the spot, but, they claiming out the hood that they're at, I'm like, all right, I got you. And that was it.
Did you call him?
Who? Did I call him?
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying, like.
Okay. That's what I mean. You didn't call him.
No.
Did you have any phone contact with him around this time?
Mm-hmm. He just.
Did you even have his number?
No. He just pulled up with Chris and was like, boom.
Pulled up in what, a car?
If I'm not mistaken, it was a white Nissan.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Nissan Maxima, I want to say. Like a white.
He was driving it?
Yeah.
How old is this dude, do you think?
It's kind of sort of hard to tell the way these black dudes is growing nowadays.
Yeah.
Said he looked about 30.
Oh, really?
No, I'm saying like I don't know. He had to have been in his 20s. He had to have. I'm gonna just say 23, 24. It's roughly the age, yeah.
So,
Man, it was just
did Jackie seem surprised when Uloma presented you with this opportunity? Did Jackie seem surprised about it?
Not much. She sat there quiet. And was like, if you do what you do, I'm like, all right. And like I said, the way my mom grew up with no money fully, $10,000 was running through my head. I mean, hey, give her some money and get the hell out of her hair, and that was it.
Did you and Jackie discuss it after that?
She was like, what do you plan on doing? I'm like, nothing. I just give my mom the money and buy the truck, not the truck, buy a car, and that was it. She was like, okay, so you're not going to keep spending it and spending it? I'm like, no. She kept thinking I was going to buy, more expensive clothes and stuff like that. I'm not that type, man. I give two f***s. I wake up with the same clothes on the next day.
Yeah.
What
did she say about not getting any money? I mean, not getting the money. How's that? I mean,
a couple times, on the phone, like she'd tell her like this ain't fair, like it's not fair, shit like that.
Jackie would tell your mom.
Her mom. Yeah, I was about to say not my mom.
No, I know, not your mom.
Yeah, a couple times she would tell her on the phone like this is not fair. You're doing this wrong, like. I did. She told her that I did her a favor and she bullshit me. Like, every once in a while, I kind of sort of flip, like, dude, you're bullshitting me, where's the money at? She'd be like, oh, give me a day, I gotta wait on this check to clear, I gotta wait on this, and then a couple months went past, and I found out she was just bouncing checks left and right.
Right.
That bitch can bounce a check more than any of us in here. I mean,
Did she ever get money from what happened to Will?
not that I know of. She kept telling us no.
Yeah.
She really did. She was like, oh no, I gotta wait on, who was it? I guess Will's, what the hell is that girl named? Melody? His other daughter?
His daughter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she was going to court to get money, and Loma was. Then I guess Melody was like, oh, you only want the money, da da da, and then she stopped going. A couple times she would be like, oh, I gotta go to the thing for this now, and da da da. I'm like, okay. And one day she brought a piece of paper home talking about, it was the attorney's law thing, talk about how she can get the money from, him passing. So I'm like, okay, what's up with my money? That's all I'm worried about. She's like, I got you as soon as I get it. I kept sitting around. I'm still sitting around waiting. And it's like, that woman don't buy for my son or nothing. Still, I don't know, man. It's just a dumbass mistake.
Yeah. To trust her.
Yeah, and it's
Did she?
like God says, man, to do something like that, man, you gotta pay for it.
Did she? So basically, she kind of was having a legal battle with Melody, or
Kind of, sort of. That's
over some money.
That's her
whatever.
saying to us. I don't know. if
That's what
was,
she was telling.
I don't know if she was bullshitting, because
Okay.
once I did fully see the house in Madison, and she was there. Well, she said she was only going to be there for a month. So, we put a lot of the in storage, and then we put everything, the rest of her bed, the stove, and in the house. She's like, I'm only be here for like a month or so because I'm not going to pay for this. I'm like, why? How much is it? She's like, $1,200 a month. I said, holy shit. $1,200 a month.
Oh.
Plus you got to pay for your propane. You got to pay for the sewer and everything else. So she kind of bullshit. Boom.
Why was she only going to stay there a month though? I mean, did she even want to go out there?
Yeah, she said she liked it so much, and she liked that. Once I seen it, I was just like, can I bring my four-wheeler out here? That's all I want to know. She's like, yeah, go ahead. I brought it out there once, tried to have my dad bring the rest of them out there. Never happened.
What's that?
The four-wheelers.
Oh yeah.
Because they had
Land.
It was 100 and some acres, and one day when me and Jackie was in the car, we actually rode around it and seen it was a lot, but she kept telling us she didn't have enough money for it. Every once in a while when we'd be out there at the house and she would go to church, she'd say, the landlord or the propane guy would stop by and be like, here, tell Loma she bounced this check for $1,200, or she bounced this for $400, or can you tell her to call me, she owes me. I'm like, oh damn. And then, like I said, that woman, I mean, she might be playing pity with somebody, but she got me good. It's just a mistake that I shouldn't have did, like, fully.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking, man, young and dumb. What's it called? Not too long ago, she, I guess, was in Atlanta with some dude. Dude offered me a job. He seemed pretty cool on the phone.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, his name's Dexter. They go out, she says. He does semi-truck driving and stuff like that. He offered me a job to do car hauling, making $1,000 a week to drive the car up on the hauler, get out, measure everything, get back up, do it again, do stuff like that. He'd help
With
me out.
him, right?
Yeah, I'd have to do it with him on the road and everything, but it'd be $1,000 a week. But the only thing to it was I wouldn't get the $1,000, I'd get $200, and the rest of the money would be in not a bank account, but with him. This way, when I'm ready to, say I'm done doing this, I can get all my money or whatever. pretty much we came to an agreement with it. I was supposed to go a month ago. Well, not a month ago. Now it seems like a month, but not too long ago I was supposed to go down there, start doing that job. It never happened.
Why is that?
I truly don't know. Still.
I mean, on whose end? She killed it, or
kind of sort.
Did you?
No, I didn't kill it because like I was ready to.
Yeah.
My art museum job, they was giving me hours, but not enough when I first started.
Okay.
But I told dude like, look, I'm ready to come down there. What's going on? He like, oh yeah, I got you. He said, look, give me 1 week. Let me get the house ready for you now. Da da da. Loma would get back on the phone. She'd be like, yeah, you guys ready to come down? Yeah, we're ready. And her and Jackie would sit around and talk, and the next thing you know, what was that? What would be Friday? Not this Friday, last Friday. I was supposed to go out there to Atlanta and start this job, and never did because Friday I went to go do that football training camp thing. Came home, I had that piece of paper not in the mail, the piece of paper. Jackie was sitting there like, what? She's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, what you mean? What is it for? She's like, it's a subpoena. I'm like, I don't know what the f it is. I don't care. Yeah. I thought it was something about a warrant thing, like I truly said. Sat around, didn't care less about it. Saturday I went to the training thing again. Mm-hmm. That was the last day I did it. I was supposed to do it this weekend, but I went riding Sunday. When Jackie was with me, I told her to call her mom, see what's going on with moving out there. She called her, and she's like, oh, well, I'm back up here right now. I got to deal with some stuff. I'm like, okay. And that was the last time I heard from her.
Why did Jackie get an attorney? Why did she feel the need to get an attorney?
Her sister got her that, not her. Her
sister. Her mom didn't get her the attorney?
Oh, I don't know. She told me, she was like, Jesse got me this attorney. It's $1,000. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, whatever. Boom, sat around. Like I said, Sunday I went four-wheeling, got my mind off of everything. Yeah. Came in Monday. Y'all told me to come back Wednesday. Went home. Everybody was arguing and going through it. Yeah. They was mad that Jackie had an attorney. That's why y'all was hearing me yelling on the phone because of my cousin Bree. She's like, oh, you got an attorney. You left your man down there, you know, da da da. Right. But I guess the attorney was like, if Jackie comes back in there to sit with me, she'd be arrested. I'm like, I give two. There's a kid at the house that needs to be attended to. Okay. So she went there, boom. A couple minutes later, Nicole came out the room. I asked her, let me see her phone, see what's going on. Jackie's like, oh, I'm at the house. I hear the baby in the background crying, so I knew she was. A couple seconds later, Cole went back in there. She came right back out with Bree talk. And Bree was like, oh, your baby mama about to get f***ed up. I'm like, what? Hold on. I wanted to go off right there because of the way my cousin is, but I couldn't because I was, in a public place.
Where you were.
Yeah.
I got you.
So the only thing I could do was just get on the phone, tell Jackie what's going on. Mm-hmm. She started telling me, I just told her, like, dude, you're dumb. Just let the go. It's, for nothing. Like, why is y'all arguing? Besides that, y'all about to cause attention to the house and everything. She's like, all right. She went next door. Boom. I was sitting around there. I came home. I sat there with the baby and everything and gave the baby back to her. And, gotten the truck that I own, and I don't own it no more. They just sold it. I owned it, went up to the store, got a cigarette, sat there for a second, dropped 2 tears, and just put the drive. And the way, I don't know if y'all know it, Elmira, mm-hmm. It goes straight down to the factory. It's like way down there.
Like 82nd?
I literally gunned that truck to about 60, 70, not stopping at stop signs, just ready to end it right there. I looked down at the speed thing, see my son's name thing I drew for him, and I instantly slammed on the brakes and just smacked my head against the steering wheel and just thought, like, dude, it's not worth it. It's not. You got a kid, mm-hmm. Supposedly another one on the way, so it's like, yeah.
What do you mean supposedly? You do have one on the way, do you?
I don't know how she's gonna go about this, so that's what I'm saying. I hope she hope she keeps it. I really do. Because the first time we knew thought she was pregnant, she was talking about abortion. I said, babe, that's not the way to go.
Oh, with your son?
No, with the one that in her stomach now.
Oh, okay.
When I found out about the first one, I was truly happy.
Yeah.
It's just the mistake I made that I knew I wasn't going to be there for the parts.
You had that hanging over your head since then, right? I mean, it's been on your
I
head.
felt like it.
Yeah.
Still do.
Well, like your mom said, that's...
Out of character.
Yeah.
She barely knew what was going through me sometimes. Because she's a hard-working woman. And
Yeah.
that's what a mother's supposed to do, as I'm supposed to do, you know, for my son. But
Yeah.
just one wrong mistake before I had him, and
Yeah.
comes back and not bites me in my ass, but smacks the shit out of me and fucks me up. Like, I just want everything to go blank, but I keep telling my mom that's not the way to do it. Just handle it the way it's supposed to, I guess, but I just want my son. What's it called? One day when I was in the city, I told Jackie to go home.
When she came to visit you.
Yeah, I told her to just go home, sit around with the baby. She was like, oh, I am, da-da-da. She told me as soon as they were going home, they just seen the sheriff's vans coming around looking for Chris and everything. I'm like, okay, whatever. And she said that she was trying to call her mom. I really don't know what for. Then I talked to my mom the day later. She said that, well, no, Jackie told me she had to come in to see, I guess, y'all or somebody. I guess when I talked to my mom, she said y'all took the phone. I'm like, okay, I care less. I just want the pictures. And I still don't know what the hell she called her mom for that day or whatever. It gets
What
me.
pictures? There are pictures in her phone?
Yeah, that's actually Uloma's phone. She
The
gave
white one?
the iPhone.
With the purple
Yeah.
case on
Yeah,
it?
that's actually originally Uloma's phone. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's the number she, if I'm not mistaken, she probably had since then.
Right.
So yeah, she ended up giving it to us. I didn't really care because, like I said, a little bit after it happened, I had the kid. I didn't care if I had a phone or not. As long as I'm there, going to work, boom.
You know the passcode to that phone?
Not right. No. I don't know if she changed it or not. It
What
was
was
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm about to say 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it was. This way, everybody around me, when I'm working on the truck, they're like, "Let me see your phone." I'm like, "Password 1, 2, 3, 4." That's what it was. Don't know if it's changed or anything. I just want pictures of my son.
Do you?
That's on
Okay.
there.
All right.
Ain't much in that phone. I don't know. I never went through all the text messages. I just remember scrolling down and seeing there was a bunch of shit. Every once in a while, she'd get a call from like unknown number, asking for her. She'd get numerous of calls actually from places saying, "Oh, you owe this much," and I'm like, "God dang!" I'm like,
Really?
"Dude, you're more in debt than anybody." But
Quite a bit.
But yeah, the phone that was hers. I kind of sort of didn't take over, but the only thing that's in there from my end is just selling bud. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I care less.
Now, when you went to the east side, did you take the phone with you, or did you leave it with Jackie?
We didn't have that phone. It was that other
No,
one.
the other phone.
That's what kind of sort of want to say I took the phone.
Did you have any contact with Uloma while you were over there?
Mm-mm.
Did you have any contact with anyone back on the west side that had contact with Uloma that got you guys over there a message as to when he might be showing up?
Loma just on the phone and said, what did she say? It kind of threw me off because when she was saying it, I'm like, oh, okay. And that's when I went over there. I don't know what she said. Pretty much my head, she just said, you can go ahead now.
Look.
And that's when I went over there. Boom. Me and I showed Ryan where it was.
You showed who?
Ryan, where the house was. Walking up a little bit, I seen Will pulling out the driveway. I turned my head so this way he didn't see me.
Where were you when he pulled in the driveway?
No, pulling out the driveway.
Oh, leaving.
Yeah, this is when he was leaving.
So you got over there. You guys got over there before he left the house.
Yeah, like, you know, pretty much when we were supposed to do it was when he was supposed to get in the car. But
Leaving.
When he was leaving out, we were supposed to be coming, not we, but he was supposed to be coming up to do what he had to do and leave, and that was it. I pulled up a little bit too late. Wow. I'm like, I know he's gonna come right back. Told Ryan just to wait a second. Went towards in the alley, stood around, and like I said, I heard pow. Started hearing screaming, and it was just too late, man. Started going back to Derek's car. Derek looked at me first and seen Ryan. Well, it's my fault for saying that word. Seen the dude Ryan hopping in the back. He was like, "No, that's what I say." He's like, I'm like, "What you mean, dude?" He's like, "Y'all on some bullshit." So I'm like, "All right." Closed the door. I wasn't gonna argue with that man. Boom. Ryan was like, next day I seen Derek. Only thing I could tell him was, because how I told him he took me over there to go get Bud, I told him, like, I don't know what that dude was thinking. He robbed him. Derek left it at that. And, I mean, I thought we was going to argue, but he was really about a man's situation. He was just like, "Dude, that was a f***ed up thing you did to me. Like, you could have, told me if anything, then I'll let you know." I'm like, "Oh, no. I didn't know how else to do it." I'm like, "I had to go get my Bud." He's like, "All right, I got you." Took me over there. Boom. I had him park on the next street.
What next street?
The one I showed y'all in the video right there where I got to run through the alley. Derek was like,
Is that an alley or a street?
It's a street. It
just looks like
it was kind of weird because, like, it wasn't an alley, but, like, to me it was pretty much alley.
Yeah.
I'm not from
It's dark and
I'm not from the east side, so if you're going over here, like, damn, it's an alley, man. Yeah, it was street, alley, whatever. Went through.
So Chad, let me ask you, so where were you when he came back?
Who? Ryan?
Where were you
when
Will came back?
I was in the alley. Ryan, I don't know where Ryan was. I just told him right there it was the house, and you can go ahead and do what you got to do. Boom.
And what did he do when you told him that?
He's like, "All right, I got you."
What did he do?
He stood there for a second, and that's when I thought he was just going to be like a crazy motherfucker and just stand there the whole time until he pulled back in the driveway.
Okay.
Because when he was pulling out the driveway, he was like, "I can shoot the car up if you want." I'm like, no,
Right.
not while I'm right here. I can't see that from one. Boom. Went back into the alley. Like I said, that's when I heard it happen.
And that alley, is it right in front of their house, right?
It's about
how would you say
streets off. Okay.
Adjacent to it, like
3 or 4 houses.
Say this is the house, and like right there would be the alley entrance.
Oh,
so
okay.
Like, yeah.
It was a little
off.
Okay.
Way over here, there's a abandoned house, like right there.
So did you see Will pulling in the driveway, right?
I didn't see nothing. All I heard was just the power start screaming.
Did you see him driving past the alley?
No, he didn't drive past there. The only car that came through there was a white minivan. That was it.
Yeah.
He didn't come through no alley. None of that. What's it called? When Loma was telling me about, what happened, not the next day, but like a little bit.
Yeah.
The next night, she was like, Ashley, which was Macklin's girlfriend, she was like, she was outside. I'm like, okay, well, tell her to speak the up. Like, tell her what happened. I mean, have her tell what happened. Loma's like, oh, she said she don't remember nothing or didn't see nothing. I'm like, okay. So, I guess that was that. But yeah, never seen the man pull back in. Never seen him come down the street or nothing. I just sat there in the alley part, smoked my cigarette, and just kept thinking, like, damn, should I do this? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I not? And like I just told my mom, it's too late to take anything back.
Yeah.
Power.
Yeah.
See, Ryan started running up. Like, as soon as he...
Did you see where Ryan ran from? Did you see where he came from? Like,
came,
by the house?
No, because where I was sitting on that porch, like, literally, if you went through that little alley thing, there's a... I was about to say, if you had your computer right now, I'd show you that there's that...
You pointed out at first a little edge you mentioned.
Yeah, that little edge right there where that abandoned
like
house is. Yeah, I was sitting literally right there. Like, boom, this was the... what was that street name, man? The street before there's where the alley thing was. Like, boom, then the alley, you know, then their house right there.
Right.
Literally, there's an abandoned house with the stoop right there. I sat right there, smoked my cigarette. Like, I would say my cigarette butt might be there still, but I don't know. Sat right there, and like I said, as soon as I seen him hit the corner, I was gone. It was a little too late to be taking anything back, so I went to a Harley Derek's car, boom, bow.
Did you take a better look when you heard that one shot just to see like what was going on?
No, because
Just out of curiosity, you know?
I kind of sort of knew what was going on.
You knew what was going on. I mean, that's why you guys
Yeah,
were
no.
there. Yeah.
It's just
But no curiosity to see.
I can't do that. I'm not that type of tough person to see anything like that. Only thing I can do is shoot a damn deer. I didn't fully see where it came from or nothing, but as soon as he hit that edge piece, I started running. Opened Derek's truck door first. I mean, I'm fat, I sweat.
He literally saw you sweating, probably, right? I mean,
you can ask everybody.
He probably heard the gunshot too, if I had to guess.
If I'm not mistaken, I know he probably had to have. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, where did he stay right there where you said he stay?
No, I seen him pull back down towards the gas station down at the end of that street, and that's when I was like, "What's he doing? You know, he's about to leave my ass." That's when I put two and two together in my head, like, "Shit, I'm about to leave this." Then, put two and two together. Then I started seeing him come back up to him. I'm like, okay, cool. He went way past me, turned around, then parked way back up the street with the lights off. I came where I was sitting at the thing, boom, I seen him something. And as soon as he seen me, like I hit that edge right here would be like where you can see me from that house.
Mm-hmm.
I slowed down, started walking out. Derek cut his lights on and pulled up. Picked us up, said that boy.
Who, before this happened, before you guys went over there that night, who knew that this was going to happen? Obviously you and Ryan, right?
Me, Ryan, Jackie, and her mom. Was it?
That's it?
Yeah, and y'all say I asked somebody, but I can't remember who the I asked. I mean, I care less right now because I'm gonna have everybody after me, but I mean, I care less. I truly don't know who the I asked, and it ain't too many people I'm cool with.
What did you tell Chris about the gun? Hey, I need a gun. What?
I told him, what's up? You can give me a gun. He's like, what you need? I'm like, I need a gun. He didn't have one at that point, he told me, but I knew he always kept a personal one. I mean, that's what most people do, but he didn't have one for me at that time, so he looked for me one, I guess, and boom, popped up at the house with the dude.
So did Chris know that you were going over there eventually?
When he was at the house, he was wondering where I was going to. He's like, you better go. I'm about to go do something real quick. I don't know if Jackie told him or what, but...
Jackie, we talked about her. I think she said she was asleep when you left. Is that true, or was she awake when you left?
She was half asleep, half up.
She knew you were leaving, though, right?
Like I said, we was sitting there watching the Browns game. My mom was. I was sitting there halfway into it because it was kind of sort of close to the season start, so I figured they was gonna do something. But it's the Browns.
And think about it. When you leave, Jackie's half asleep, whatever. Once you get over there, what communications are you having once you get over there?
I had the phone with me, so I'm like, you know what's going on. She's like,
which phone did you have with you?
That's 624.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Did you have another phone at the time? Did you have a dope phone or anything that you were selling weed bud off of or whatever?
Mm-mm.
No, you only had the one phone.
No, I don't. When y'all asked me what number did I have back then, the only number I can fully think of is an 860 number. I had what was that number? 376 number.
So how are you communicating with Jackie back on the west side? What phone did she have?
She was there with Chris.
Well, she was there with Chris.
Claiming he has new information to share, Chad Padgett requests to speak with detectives, with his attorney present.
We're turning on a recording, so just so you know, anything we say from now on could be recorded.
Tommy, you want a water or coffee or anything?
I'll take a water, sure.
Yeah, you know where that?
I'll take a water on the CPD.
And then I still got to testify too.
Recording on. If called upon, yes. Can't talk right now. You want to talk to me? You want me to shut that off when we talk again?
I just want to know about the time. That's it.
Okay.
That's still a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, bench Ed.
Fair.
Yeah. All right, November 9th, 2016. Time is it?
3:17 p.m.
3:17
You didn't fall back this year. 2 o'clock.
2, sir. Oh, your phone's jacked up, yeah.
Cell phone.
It's time for you to get something other than a flip phone there.
That's why I've been getting.
This is what the city gives
City
us, Tom.
issue, dude.
Neither of you gentlemen are falling back last Saturday, Sunday night.
So, we're here to listen to whatever else it is that you wanted to fill us in on, Chad.
I mean, the only thing I really didn't say was like how Chris was texting her mother about after the situation happened and all, and then like how he pretty much planned it out a little bit more than anything. That he wanted to pursue the plan more, and then he really didn't at the end. So like that's what made me go. But he hired Ryan, bought the gun from somebody, I guess, and sold it to me. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Truthfully, I'm just curious. When you say that, what are you thinking?
I mean,
What-
I don't know.
What?
Else. I mean, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
So refresh our memory. Didn't Loma approach Chris to begin with at some point and ask him?
Yeah, when Jackie told me, she was like, my mom wants to talk to you about something. She talked to me in the car, and she went and talked to Chris at my mom's house. And then next thing you know, from there, everything just started going in motion. They was talking some, texting. The next thing you know, like, that's when everything started going in motion. And then, like, he popped up with the gun. I got the money from her because I was with her that day.
Who's her?
Uloma. Then I just gave it to him. He gave me the gun. It was there. The next, he came up with Ryan. And then that's when the day it popped up, like the incident. We went over there.
So how much money did you get from Loma to give to Chris for the gun?
I want to say it was at least like 200, 3.
Okay.
Because she gave me the bank card, her bank card one day. And right after it happened, because Chris was like texting her. And was like, yeah, this and that. I need the money and stuff for it before anything. Next, like we went to BP right there on West Boulevard and took money out from the ATM. I gave him the money right there. That's when like he popped up with the gun and everything and gave it to me. Then that's when the day that incident happened. Well, the night that incident happened. Right after it happened, she was like kind of procrastinating on giving him the rest of the money. He was texting her like, I need the money, you bullshit me, this and that. So like sometimes she would just pull up at my mom's house and be like, where's Chris at? I'm like, I don't know, y'all two the ones texting. So like Jackie would go out there and talk to her mom. She would give Jackie the money. Jackie would call Chris and like hand him the money and be like, here's some money from my mom for that. Then I'm like, they can just start dealing with each other because I don't want to parse it. But I was already involved in it more than anything, so it's just too late.
So do you know how much money? What was the figure that Chris was, that Chris was supposed to get from Uloma? What was the total amount he was supposed to get?
At least like $2,500 out of it, I guess. That's what like Jackie and her mom was talking about. I'm like, all right, I guess. So like the remaining money Jackie was gonna get, and me and her was just gonna keep and just go from there. But none of that happened because her mom was bullshitting. She was always like, well, I gotta wait till some court thing goes through. I guess it's like settlement money or something like that. So I gotta wait for that money. I'm like, all right. Then one day she came over with some paperwork saying like the Will's daughter, she was like fighting for the money or something like that. She just showed us some papers and like that's when her and Chris got into an argument about it. And I was just like, nah, I'm cool. But it was just nonstop texting sometimes. Like he would text me and be like, what's up with her mom? This bullshit. And I'm like, ah man. I told Jackie, I'm like, just get under your mom's number. That's when he gave it to her. And they was just texting from there. I'm like, shh, I did too much. Yeah, but like I said, I put myself too much into it already.
Yeah. How long after did Chris and her start texting each other? In other words, you guys weren't involved as much between them two.
I want to say like at least like 2-3 weeks because Chris started getting like,
it was too much. You didn't, like you said, you didn't want to be involved.
Yeah, but like the way Chris was, he like, dude, what's up with my money? I'm like, man.
He was pressing you about it.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like you rushing me about something I don't even know about. Like I'm sitting around waiting just as much as you are. And next, he's like, well, she keep bullshitting. Like one day I forget what the threat was, but like Jackie was like, dude, tell him to stop threatening my mom like that. I'm like, that man's grown. That's between y'all two. Then from there, she just like, they would just talk. Her mother would talk some days when like we was out at the house out there in Madison. They would talk. She would come back and be like, well, tomorrow we're gonna go get some money, give it to Chris. I'm like, I guess. Next thing you know, like we'll meet at my mom's house. Her and Chris would talk. She'd give him some money. He'd hop out the car or something and be like, yeah, I'll be back if anything. Sometimes I wouldn't see him for like 2 days later. He would come back and be like, where her mom at? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, you gotta text her or call her. So that's when he would call her. I'm like, all right.
Did he ever tell you how much he ended up getting before this all kind of fell apart to the end? How much did you eventually get to him bit by bit?
What, the one day we took out like 6. I want to say at least like 12, 15 altogether. Because like the one day she came and gave him like 500. One day she came and gave him like 3. She was like, here's 6 for you guys to split. I just looked at Jackie and was like, I'll just give him all his money this way he can stop harassing me about it. So like, she's like, I guess it don't matter. You do you. And then I gave him like the whole 6 one time. It was probably at least like 12, 15 if anything. And then like
$1,200-$1,500.
Yeah.
You think that's how much you got total?
Yeah, at least because like when him and his little girlfriend, they was always around. I'm like, man, y'all just ridiculous with this, like making it a big deal of anything.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Who was his little girlfriend at the time?
Adriana chick or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
But they was just always around with each other. I don't know if he told her about the situation, but I don't know. It just, she seemed kind of weird at some points. I'm like, man, what the hell? Like, I hope he didn't tell her.
Yeah.
So.
We talked to you a couple different times about the transfer of the gun from Chris to you to Ryan on the porch in the basement. We had a couple. Remember, we talked a couple different times about. We had a couple different versions of how that transaction went.
From the day he came, he showed me
Is this the day of the murder, or is this the day before the murder? Do you recall?
I say it was like, it might have. I'm not for sure. It might have been like a day or 2 before.
Okay.
He came over with the gun. He got out of somebody's car, and then he gave me the gun. That's when I just held it that day till time being. The next, when we went over there, he popped up with Ryan, came and got the gun.
You went over where?
He came over to my mom's house and got the gun. The next like, that's when we went to his mom's house the day of the incident.
Chris's mom's?
Yeah, we went to Chris' mom's house. He was calling Derek. The next like, he told Derek I needed to go get some weed from over there. And then Derek took me over there. That's when everything happened. I mean, he was the one that sold me the gun for sure. I know that.
Where did he get the gun from? Do you know who he got the gun from?
Nah, I really don't. He was telling me like it was some dude from off in the area. I'm like, all right, I guess. But like, I ain't gonna lie. The way me and him was, sometimes we was going to gun shows. So I kind of figured like he had it from the recent gun show we went to or something. But he's like, no, I ain't had this. I'm like, all right. So next thing you know, like, that's when he popped up with it, sold it to me. He left. And I ain't seen him for like a couple hours that day. And then he came over, we were sitting around smoking, just talking about other shit. Then like 2 days later, that's when the incident happened. I'm like, damn.
You said that he wanted to plan it more. What did you mean by that? He wanted to plan it more, but then it just kind of came up.
Like, he wanted to go do it himself, but he backed out. I'm like, all right, I guess. So
Why'd he back out?
I don't know. Probably that second thought in the back of his head. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not as tough as he says he is or something.
Okay. Yeah.
But he was supposed to go do it. The next thing you know, he was like, no, I'm cool on it. So me and Jackie, we drove him back to his mom's house. Went to my mom's house. We stayed the night there. Then that's when like a couple weeks or a week passed, and that's when the real day happened of the incident.
Yeah.
What happened to the gun?
Him and Ryan supposedly, the day after it happened, he came to the house. He pulled it out. I'm like, what was you doing with that? He's like, I traded Ryan another gun for this one. I'm like, all right, what you about to do with that? He's like, shit, I'm gonna just hold on to it. Ain't no sense of having Ryan running around doing what he's doing. I'm like, all right. So next thing you know, like, he just left from there. I ain't even seen it since. I'm like, shh, this dude walking around with a gun. That, something like that. I'm like, shh.
So that gun wasn't taken apart in pieces in your backyard and smashed and thrown in the sewer then? By you and Chris?
No, not that I know of. Honestly, no.
Okay.
Not at all. He might have done that on his own, but I'm telling you, I ain't do nothing with that.
Were you there when he did that?
No.
Or you're not aware that happened?
No, I wasn't
May
there.
happen. Okay.
Like, if he did that, I wasn't there at all. I didn't even know that boy did that. I just know he popped up with it. I'm like, just hit him with one of them. Wow.
What kind of gun was it?
It was like a all black gun.
You had it in your hands for a while. You had it for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
When he gave it to you, I mean,
it was all
you
black.
looked at it. Yeah.
It was an all black gun.
Okay.
Do you remember the brand?
No. Not really, no.
Revolver, semi-automatic.
I mean, all nines is
Well, that's what I mean. You
No,
you
it was
didn't
a
say
nine.
that.
not revolver, but like,
Was it a 9mm?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was a 9mm.
So when you said you bought the gun from him, right? You withdrew money from a card, a debit card or a credit card?
It was like, what's that called? See, because they always had that Navy Federal like that.
Okay.
It was like some little, I don't know, like the difference between like them credit card things, but it
Debit
was,
card, right.
yeah, I don't know the difference between
Okay.
debit and credit, but it was one of them little red Navy Federal cards. She
Okay,
gave it
so it
to
was
us.
a Navy Federal card that you used to withdraw money
Yeah,
from the BP at
West Boulevard by my mom.
in Lorraine. Okay.
So
How much did you withdraw at that time?
honestly, I don't remember. I know it was a little bit in the hundreds, like
Okay.
2, 3, 4, something like that.
Did you take as much as you could out?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
And
just don't fully remember.
okay. And what you did with that money?
Gave it to Chris and just kept like 100 or 2. And
Okay. So you gave part of the money
just
to Chris,
Yeah.
and that's when he gave you the gun?
Well, I mean, he had to come give me the gun the next day. I already knew. He
Okay,
was
so
gonna
you
do
gave
it.
him part of the money,
Yeah.
he went and got the gun.
Went and got the gun.
Okay.
That's
Right.
when like he might well just keep hearing like, all right, kept it there.
Right,
Next you
okay.
know, that's when him and Ryan popped up. We went and did our incident thing. I'm like,
Did you ask him to get the gun for you, or did he offer to get the gun?
a little bit of both. He was like, I can get the gun. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. I was like, okay. Wasn't no sense of using like a personal gun I had. So I'm like, all right, can you get it? He's like, yeah, I got you. I'm like, all right, cool. That's when like pretty much a text message, if anything. I can't for sure recall, but like it had to have been that text message. But them other ones, I don't know where those came from.
What's that?
That one y'all was talking about, like, we gotta buy, like, that's on
Oh,
the
Inky.
I don't know nothing about them was. I'm like, whoa,
Is that your dude, Inky, or?
no, that's Chris from it.
Yeah.
Like I knew him, but like him and Chris was more tight than anything. So
Mm-hmm.
that was them. I'm like, I even told my mom, I'm like, I'm not that stupid to text. She's like, boy, hope not. I'm like, I don't know nothing about that, but I guess that was them then. I'm like,
Yeah,
when
it
y'all
was.
told me that shocked me. I'm like,
It was that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we might have even showed you those.
yeah, that was when you guys showed me that.
Yeah.
I'm like, who texts? I was sitting there thinking about it for a minute, like, who would text me that? And then I'm thinking, like, I know I ain't send it out, nothing like that. So I guess it's Inky to them. So dumbasses. But yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about? This will probably be our last opportunity to talk, more than likely. Want to check with Brian, see if he...
Nothing else besides the fact that, like, it ain't nothing major. It's just,
Yeah.
I told y'all, like, I met Will like once or twice. I only met the man once when Uloma lied to him about it. She was like, yeah, it's Jackie's cousin. I'm like, wow, she's crazy. It was me, Jackie, her mother, and her cousin Skylar was in the car when I met him in the driveway. And I mean, that's it. I just wanted to get that straight out. I thought about that the last time we talked, and like I tried to have one of the COs call you guys back, but they said y'all wasn't coming. I'm like, all right. But I mean, nothing else really.
Do you know why this happened? Why did this even start? Do you know the base reason?
After like when about Jackie kind of told me, she's like, my mom wanted the money from. I'm like, what the like? I'm like, all right. I shouldn't even took parts in this thing. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
You mentioned that before.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, no, I don't really know why. It's just something she wanted done. Me being young and dumb, I just took parts into it, not thinking.
I got you. You said that before. But that's what you heard is because she wanted whatever money she could get out of his death.
Yeah. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell no.
Got anything else, Tom?
No.
Man, how'd Jackie get off?
She didn't get off. I mean, she's a juvenile. That's why she was treated the way she was treated. She come see you or no?
No, they got no contact between us, I guess. I haven't even seen
How about the
my son.
kids?
Who knows? Had no contact between us all. Haven't seen or heard from her.
Not at all.
My kids, yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to talk to him one time, but her sister, I guess she's got custody of him. She won't even let it happen. She's like, I'm not about to be involved with that stuff. I'm like, all right, whatever. Can't argue with it.
So what happened? Who actually was involved in what happened?
Like the whole thing,
Yeah.
It was just me, Chris, Ryan, Jackie, and her mother. That was it.
That's it. Nobody else?
We're not missing anybody?
Derek isn't involved.
I mean,
I
he took me
mean,
over there, but
did he know
oh no,
he was involved in what was going to happen?
he found out like when we had them subpoenas because like he showed up.
Okay.
He's like, man, what the is this about? I'm like,
Yeah.
I just dropped my head and was like, damn. That's when I'm like, shit, it was about that night when dude went over there and robbed the bud, man. He's like, man, y'all better take out for this. I'm like, I got you. I mean, other than that, whoever Chris told, I guess he told his sister, and as she found out about it, I'm like,
Nicole?
yeah, I'm like, this dude's stupid as
That's your cousin, right?
Yeah,
Anyways, did Chris know why he was getting you a gun?
yeah.
How did he know?
Because when him and Uloma talked about it, he like, is she for sure about it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right. That's when like we started putting like getting the gun together. She came over one day. She was like, well, this is how like, you know, the time we can do it, the day. I'm like, all right, y'all two talk. That's when like
What time and day did she suggest?
pretty much at nighttime, she's like, just catch him when he's either going to work or coming home from work or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like the day Chris was supposed to do it, like it was supposed to be at nighttime.
So there was actually a day Chris was going to do it? When was that? Any idea?
No,
Do you know what month or anything like that? How long before it actually did happen?
October. It was the month before November.
Couple weeks, few weeks, a month
Yeah,
before?
she wanted it all done before they moved out.
Okay.
She was like, it's got to be done before we move and everything. I'm like, all right.
Why is that? Any idea?
No,
She never, okay.
no. She
But
didn't
she
mention
wanted
that.
it done before they moved to.
Yeah, she was like, can it be done before then? I'm like, I'll make sure he can talk to you about it. She's like, all right. That's when like, boom, boom. He came about and was like, I'll just do it. I'm like, all right, go ahead. Took him over there.
Oh, you did take Chris over there?
Yeah. Me and Jackie took him over there one night.
And this is when you thought, or it could have happened, or it might have happened.
It might have happened.
Uh-huh.
Chris was gonna do it. Me and Jackie was sitting in the truck just waiting, and next you know, he popped up. I'm like, all right, did you do it? He's like, no. I'm like, all right. So we just drove home, dropped him off, and she's like, I wonder why he didn't do it. I'm like, I don't know. Ain't none of my business. Then next thing you know,
Yeah.
that's when like a couple weeks or whatever, the real incident happened.
So it was about a couple weeks before then.
How'd that first part all happen? Like, where was he coming from? Was there communications between you guys and Loma at that point as well?
It was like, Jackie was like, yeah, my mom wants to know if, she was talking to Chris, she's like, my mom wants to know if you'll do it. He like, yeah, I got you. I just need to make sure for sure. So like, her and Chris would just like, had a little talk or something. The next thing you know, like, he like, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. I'm like, all right. But he never did it.
Yeah.
Was he like in the backyard or waiting on him or anything like, or at the house, or were you guys at the house in the neighborhood?
We dropped him off like at the top where like you come up the back way.
Uh-huh.
We dropped him off right there and went down and parked on another street and was waiting for him. And then that's when he came up to the truck. I'm like, you do it? He's like, no. I'm like, all right. So we just drove home. I mean, I don't know if he was in the backyard or anything like that, but
He didn't give an excuse why it didn't happen though.
mm-mm.
Like he wasn't there or didn't show up or
Nah, he ain't
or
said
he
nothing.
just
I'm like, why you didn't do it? He's like, shit. He's like, bro, I just can't. I'm like, all right.
okay. That's what he said. He couldn't. He just can't.
Yeah. I'm like, all right. Just left it alone.
That's pretty.
No, I'm fine.
Just left it alone, bro. Home quiet and just
Yeah.
was just going home. I'm like,
So basically, this was kind of just rolling at this point, right? Kind of out of control, would you say? Like Uloma's plan,
yeah, it was
what
all
she
planned.
wanted,
Yeah, it was all her plan for real.
right?
It shocked me, like the way she was like, "We'll just do it this way." I'm like, "What the?"
What way was that?
You know, waiting in the backyard. I'm like, "All right."
She
Okay.
suggested that.
Yeah, she like just wait for him in the backyard or catch him when he coming home. I mean, going to work or coming home. I'm like, all right, well, that's you, I guess.
Yeah.
Then that's that night. Like, she had called Jackie and was like, you know, can it be done this night? And she pretty much helped set it up from there. And
Who did?
well, she already set it up, but like, that's when like she called us and told us to come over there. We went over there.
That was the night of the football game.
Yeah. Yo.
So when you got over there, do you know how Ryan approached the house or how he proceeded to do this? And what were the circumstances? I mean, was Will already in the house when you got there or what? You weren't right there, were you?
No. Like, just walked up, showed him where the house was,
You pointed out the house to him.
and walked away, and then
Okay.
pretty much sat in that alley, smoked a cigarette, waited on him. Then that's when like everything went about.
Okay. How long did you have to sit and wait for this to happen after you pointed out the house to Ryan?
Probably like a good 20, 30 minutes.
That long?
Probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, was there any communication from the time you let him out of the car until the time he got back in the car? Like with Loma or with Ryan or with Jackie?
If I'm not mistaken, like Jackie called her. I forget, like I don't know if I called her or something like that. She called her something and was like, "You guys there?" I'm like, "Yeah." and hung up pretty much. That's when like everything went about. Cause like, I guess pretty much Chris called and was like, yeah, Derek talking about y'all taking all day. He about to leave y'all. I'm like, just tell him, give me a minute. We coming, we smoking. The next you know, that's when like it happened. Went to go get in the truck. And Derek's like, man, y'all on some bullshit. I'm like, damn. Instead of arguing with him, we just hopped out and went about our way.
Did Ryan describe what happened to you?
Mm-hmm.
Where he was before he shot Will or anything like that? Do you know where he waited? Or how he approached him?
How far
or how he shot him? Anything like that?
No, I just found out, like, from watching the news, he was in the backyard, because, like, the way it all went down, I'm like, damn. He's in the backyard.
Okay.
Damn.
How many shots did you hear?
2 or 3.
Okay.
And just,
Did he give the gun to you, or what? He kept it?
he kept it that night and everything. The next time I seen it was when Chris popped up with it. I'm like, dude, like, how you end up with that? He's like, should I trade him some other gun for it? I'm like, all right.
Did he tell you what kind of gun he traded?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably the one he ended up getting arrested with.
Did you ask anybody else to do this? They're not going to be in trouble. We're not looking to get anybody else in trouble. Did you mention or even bring it up to anybody else?
I might have. Fully recall. I don't.
You believe so?
I might.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I might.
Okay. All right.
From smoking all that weed, I don't remember.
Yeah. You were smoking quite a bit back then, weren't you?
Yeah, entirely too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might have mentioned this to somebody. I'm not gonna say I did for sure.
Okay. That's fine. That's fair.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
All right. Hang on a second. Anything else you can think of that maybe you didn't bring up that may be of importance before? And I know it's hard before and stuff, but
Not that I can bring off the top of my head. No.
okay.
No.
Good enough, yeah.
Wants to turn it off? So you can turn it. Yep.
While awaiting trial, Chad Paget receives a visit from his mother.
I get too. What people at home thought it was just.
No, everybody felt bad for you.
Hey, just tell everybody at the job it was just the dumbest decision.
They know. They know.
I just told them I was, what, 19, I was about to say 18, thinking about $10,000.
Jackie was underage. So, like Brent said, she might not get as much time as because she was a minor.
But,
still.
I mean, the way it went about, it was just her mom asked me, not even her. She was just sitting right there when she asked, and not being a real girlfriend, she didn't speak up and say, no,
that's
babe,
what I told her
don't
when
do it.
when the day you got arrested.
I understand, and I don't blame you, it's just.
I told her if she was any kind of a woman, she wouldn't have never let you got into this. Oh, I didn't know nothing about it.
That's what I kept telling her just to say because I didn't know who you see Brandon.
And then
was
when I
trying to
told her I
fight
was going to slap the out of her, she was like, I don't think you would want to do that. I slammed my on Kilo's dining room table. I said, you want to try me? The thing that stopped me is knowing that she's pregnant. If she wouldn't have been pregnant, I'd have stomped her ass.
Like I said, I don't blame people. It's just the way Bree and Nicole went about that day of us being here on that Monday, man. They were Bree walking out of the grand jury room like you're here for no reason, anyways.
Mhm.
She comes out of the room. She comes out of the room. Your baby mama about to get smacked. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Nicole, let me see your phone. Nicole's like, yeah, she over there, you know, dogging Bree. They dogging her because she
You
showed
should
up.
have heard the way Jackie was. You know who the you're talking to? Like
What?
she's somebody. I never, you know, I've only tolerated Jackie because of you.
Like I said, man, I even
Never
just try
really
to
did
tell
like her.
them too. Like, you can even tell that woman, her mom, let that girl out to just hang dry.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for me, I think that girl would be.
That's what I told Jackie that day too. I said, you know, I'm going to get this baby if anything happens. I said, because your family don't do for it. She's like, yes, they do. I said, what the they do for your baby? Baby shower?
Right.
I said, I've taken care of you.
Hey, we got a number to get a hold of Jackie.
You have a number to get a hold of Jackie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but she's not answering.
It's her friend. My mom just tried to call to get a hold of the baby this way. I can stop thinking about
Let me ask you something.
worse, man.
You willing to make a phone call to Uloma?
What I gotta do?
Say, hey, I'm in county jail. They're talking about indicting me for aggravated murder. You gonna help me out on this? You put me up to this whole thing. Whatever.
She's out in Akron.
I got a number for her.
Yeah, because the name next door
I
neighbor's
just-
got her number too.
I have no problem helping. At the same time, I just want to know how. I know y'all can't fully give me a.
We can't promise you anything. We can't.
I know y'all can't fully give me no time frame on my sentence or nothing, but
All we can tell you is what we've told you over and over again.
what am I looking at, man? That's the question. Like,
You know what you're charged with? I mean, you're charged with aggravated murder.
but I didn't fully do nothing.
Right,
Man.
no,
I
no.
just,
It's the whole theory of someone drives somebody and they rob a bank and they get back in the car and they drive away.
Just tell her
Guess
it's
what the
not
driver
right.
gets charged with? Bank robbery.
I just want to see Jerry right now. I don't want to be here.
No, you
Don't.
don't start doing that, okay?
Trying not to.
Well, you cannot.
It's just my son right now at the same time.
All right.
This girl not answering the phone. I don't.
Well, you know what? Okay, but Chad, you're also reading into things too. Okay?
He's like, oh,
You are. You know that. And you even
I'm trying to work with y'all so this can go away, but
Well, nobody ever said anything would go away. But listen. You know the thing is.
I'm actually with her. I was telling her like, come home, girl, get my kid. Will not get me.
Listen, you're reading into a lot, though. Okay, you are. I mean, you're reading into a lot that probably isn't even accurate. Okay. You know, I wouldn't do that to yourself. Okay. Right? You want to say goodbye, Mom?
Yeah.
For now, okay?
Do you know when he'll
You have our
visits
number and
back?
stuff?
Yeah.
So if you guys,
Number you
listen,
call
if you
from.
get in
Yeah.
contact,
Okay.
what?
I just want to hug her fully.
All right, listen, before you do, listen, if anything comes up, you're going to be in contact with Mom, right?
Yeah.
I'm
You know?
trying. They got me in a hole. I don't get no
Well,
phone calls, no texts.
listen, you can't act up.
No,
He
they
said it
said
was
it's
a
a mix-up. They said, yeah, they told me it's a complete mix-up. I'm not
What's
in
the
there.
mix-up?
They never told me. They
Yeah,
just
the
took me to my
social worker
PC
told me
hearing.
this morning too. She said she
What's
doesn't
a
know.
PC here?
Protective custody hearing.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Now
They just-
listen, it might be that thing about threat, about you know, bodily harm. Maybe if that's it, I don't know.
No, because they got me on level 10 where they say it's kind of sort of high, but I didn't do to get in there, man. Everybody in there for fighting right now. I'm not fighting
Right.
nobody.
You know they have rules and stuff. I'm not saying
The
this is.
social worker said this morning when she called me, she said, I have no idea
See,
what the issue is. She said,
and the
Okay.
sergeant told me from his mouth and it's still on the voice recording thing. He said it's all the mix up. He said, give me a couple minutes and you'll be out there. Well, it's been hours and I've been sitting in there.
Yeah.
No phone call, just sitting there. Like I said, I punched just the wall one time, but nobody came at me or heard it.
Hooray.
The dude next to me was like, hey, just chill, man. Take a breather. And I told him,
Okay.
Now, they also told, was it the lady next door or my niece, that something about the girlfriend called or came down here and asked about him. She's not supposed to have any kind of contact
Who?
with him, Jackie.
Why is that?
She said that they told her she's not allowed to have any kind of contact with Jed or she was going to be arrested.
Who said that?
That's what Jackie said she was told.
from
Yeah.
her attorney guy. I forget
No,
that.
as far as I know, she's supposed to go in front of the grand jury again tomorrow.
But right now, she's not answering the phone, not giving up my
She
son.
told the neighbor she had to go 2 times this week. And for sure, she knows that Wednesday was one of the days that she had to go.
Okay. So she's expecting to go tomorrow. She should be.
And this is just eating.
And
me
see, I would like to
inside.
know what time for sure, because I want to be there because I want to see if she'll
She's
have
not
to
gonna bring the baby,
right.
but I don't know where the f he's fully at right now. And it's like,
Well, you know what,
it's eating me, man. Just
Well, I understand. But listen.
not knowing where he is and what the hell is gonna go on between whatever and whoever.
Well, you guys are, the two of you actually are going through a shit right now, okay? She's
I
going
give
through
two
shit
fucks
too.
about any of them. I just want my kid. And
I
that's what
think
she's
Jackie,
not
to
trying
me-
to give up, man.
I think Jackie, as soon as something happens to her, that she's
If.
I'm just saying in her mind, if something happens to
If.
me,
If.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But she already said the rights to the baby's going to be signed over to her sister.
No.
There's
There's
no rights.
language.
I don't understand. I don't know of
I
any
didn't think she.
procedure that where you
I
say
had
rights
rights
over.
before her
She
sister
never-
does.
No.
Correct.
Yeah, she got a job, but ain't none of them bought nothing for my baby. I've been there.
Never
buying
done anything.
everything,
Yeah.
breaking my back for that boy.
Even when this girl
Yeah.
was a minor, her mom never took care of her. Me and Chad took care of her.
Yeah.
I mean, she never gave
She's
that
been
girl
living
money
with you guys since
for years.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, this kid is out here busting his ass to take care of a child that you should be taking care of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, nobody's
just-
helping. I mean, they're not helping.
No, she's
Getting
not.
no help from them.
Never. She don't do that. I mean, come on, she hardly even raised the girl.
Right.
Yeah, make sure you please get the asthma inhaler thing, because
So what?
Pro air.
asthma inhaler thing, because
Any of them will work.
going through this like this, my chest just pulses up and I can't breathe much. I
All
told
right,
them
well-
downstairs, they said they don't care, but I'm in the A. I'm about to say, I see the light up. I'm about to say, tell her, give you the baby.
She's not gonna call. She's not gonna answer.
Do you get along with her?
I only tolerate her because of him.
Which is fine. Okay, but
No,
I've only really.
you just
yelled
want
at
to
her.
know exactly what's going on with your baby.
Yeah.
I got you.
I got
Listen, but don't let your mind run wild, though, dude. I mean,
Good, man.
I know, but it is. But you're not doing yourself any.
It's not done.
Now and then, what?
Okay.
Now I gotta go back up to this f***ing hole and it's about to eat me. And
But you're
I'm
letting
about to
it.
be going through it. They're about to
But you know what?
tear
You're
me
just
and
letting your
watch.
mind run wild.
It's not that scary.
I'm trying. It's just easy.
We'll see.
I'm gonna
We'll
get your
try
pictures
and.
sent out. I'm gonna get you plenty of
I'm
pictures.
worried about where he is right now and what's going on. That
When
woman
I
can
actually
just,
when I get home, I'll have Keela call her.
like I just
Yeah,
told
don't
you,
jump.
that woman can sit there and try to hurt her own daughter. And
I don't see that happening.
I'm just saying, like, you never know. I can't speak on it. Nobody can. It's
You've right. I got you, but you've jumped to a lot of conclusions on things. You have. I
my
know.
head is like this.
But don't let it. You're letting your mind run wild with all these thoughts, you know? You're imagining everything, okay? And you're, okay? So don't do that to yourself. Try harder, man, all right?
You see how upset I get when I let you do.
You guys are all going
This
through...
is the worst of it all, man. Like,
Well, you'll stay...
You guys have
Soon you'll have access to phone. You'll get a hold of mom. Mom will try and
I'll try
But
to
be-
get somebody to get a hold of her.
but do it.
I just hope they really give me these.
I'm not
phone
going to say a
privileges
word.
Don't. Yeah.
No,
I'm just going to have the neighbor lady call and ask about the baby. That's it.
Yeah.
I
I'll
told
say,
her,
you
don't
know,
say
just tell
nothing
them
to nobody.
You're not answering her calls.
Right.
She just wants to know how
Don't
the baby
even.
is.
I'm telling you, don't tell Carissa, because if she,
I'm not telling
you
anybody
see the way
anything.
that girl is. If she tells somebody wrong, and
Carissa knows too many mouthy ass people. I'm not
Thank
telling
you.
Carissa. I already told you when I move, Carissa can either go by my rules that nobody knows where I live and nobody's allowed over, or she don't move with me.
excuse this, but like I said, find your bullets. Find them. Even if you have to tell EJ.
I
come
told you
over and
when the
help you.
police searched if
No,
they didn't
actually,
find him,
Nick-
they capped him.
Nick has some for his gun. It's all registered.
I'm registered.
Nick has some.
That's why I registered mine, because if anything ever came down, I don't want to be in trouble with a
Yeah.
stolen gun or something.
Nick has some left over, I know, from when we went that hunting on Sunday. So if I'm not mistaken, it's probably only like 4
They
minutes.
got to be in that hall closet because the police didn't find them, so and they didn't search that hall closet, and that's why, if I'm not mistaken, they're in there.
You never know. Just find them and just tell Hannah I love her and just keep.
You want to come around, huh?
Yeah. She said, give you a hug. I'll tell you she loves you. And I'll find out when I can. You just stay calm, baby, okay? I know it's hard. Look, I'm not crying. You can't cry.
It's too hard.
But I'll be like you. I'll cry when I leave. I love you.
It's too hard.
And I'll see what I can find out about the baby. I have somebody call, okay? Just remain calm.
I'm trying to breathe. It's just, I don't know how long you're going to hold it for.
No, just listen. Don't hurt yourself, baby. It's not going to do anybody any good.
No.
If you hurt yourself, then you definitely won't see the baby ever.
Yeah. He won't see you.
Okay?
I
I just want you to be strong. Man. Don't hurt yourself. It's not gonna, like I said, then you definitely won't ever see the baby. Man, I'm gonna have to kick your ass if you kill yourself. Okay? I love you. Okay. Call me when you can.
Trying to.
Okay?
But trying to.
We'll stay in touch with her, okay?
Yeah, I know. I just need my phone privileges.
You'll get them. But listen, I don't know why. Just go by their rules, okay? And that's, you're not used to this, but
Yeah, I know.
dude, just mind your own P's and Q's and go by their rules. I know it's not easy, all right? And they'll put you on the phone. You'll have whatever privileges you want.
See,
okay?
like I told him, I was sitting on my cell reading them, not the Bible, I was reading another chapter book, and they went, start packing. I'm like, okay. And next thing you know, they moved me upstairs to 10. I'm like, I asked the one CO, I'm like, what am I up here for? He's like, I don't know and I don't care. And he just shut the door on me. So I
And that was it.
Yeah, and then like I said, I went to go. Well, the one CO came around. He's like, "Do you want a shower?" I'm like, "Yeah." I went to go out to my to take a shower, and the dude next to me told me, "This is the floor for everybody that was fighting." I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "This the hole." I'm like, "No, it's not." He's like, "This the hole, bro." I'm like,
Why am I? Yeah.
"Yeah." I'm like,
Because you didn't fight. Yeah.
"Yeah." So
Okay. Just don't get. Listen, you go back. Don't be emotional. Don't let your mind run with you. I know it's not easy, but don't. Your boy's out there. He's okay. Yeah, because you're thinking. You're trying to think scenario. You think scenarios up that
You
It's
think
only
that-
right now. It's like, wow.
Just
Even like how I said, she went through a call. She said it rang twice and went straight to voicemail. It's like, I know she just looked at the number and just said.
well, there's a lot of going on.
And then it's like, if she come tomorrow to the grand jury.
Does she think she's going to be arrested? Between us, I mean, do you
Oh,
think
I don't know. She might. She might not.
could? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she might. She might
Listen,
not,
if
but-
her mother got you to do this, that can't be a good feeling for her.
But it's just.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm just saying.
I know.
And
it's
now
just
here's Chad's mom trying to call me.
and it's
Is
like,
it? Do you think it's a pleasant call? You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Okay.
They've been calling her since yesterday. Can't get a hold of her.
She won't answer.
Yeah, she's not answering. So that's what's the main thing eating me right now. Is like,
But remember, take a view. Take it from her view too. What do you think's going through? What's going through Jackie's mind? You know what could be?
her.
That's hey, look.
Yeah, I know.
He got in this mess because of my mother.
Right.
You know,
If
is she gonna be blamed? Is your family gonna blame her for everything? Do you know what I mean? Do you know? I mean, maybe
Yeah.
that's what she's kind of thinking too, you know?
But my thing is like being with her for so long, and when I told her, look, man, when my mom calls you tomorrow, make sure you. Well, no, that wasn't that day. It was the day when she came to see me. I said, when my mom,
Visit.
yeah, when my mom comes and
Okay.
comes or calls you, make sure you give her the baby. She's like, okay, I got you. And now it's like, she hasn't answered the phone since that day. Like,
Yeah.
My mom can't get the baby, my little sister can't, and it's like, I just don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm trying to.
Well,
breathe.
listen. At this point, at
Next
least
thing is-
she may show. If she shows for the grand jury,
Yeah, but she's not gonna bring the baby. She gonna probably leave it at her friend's
that's
house.
fine. We can. She'll come with her attorney,
Right.
and we're gonna approach him. Okay. She's not gonna get arrested or nothing.
I don't care.
She's not going to.
I know.
Okay. I'm just telling you.
It's-
So we're going to express to them, you know, just we're going to try and work.
Bring my son home for me, please.
Where's home with your mom?
Yes.
Okay.
For right now.
But don't try not to imagine things like I can imagine you're imagining probably the worst things.
A little.
No, you are. You're not doing yourself any justice, my dude. Really,
I just
you gotta
wanna-
try.
I just want to get out that so-called shithole and then
It's gonna happen, but you gotta be cool.
go back to reading this Bible, man.
Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't go over there and start thinking all these crazy thoughts and get all worked up, cause havoc for them, okay?
Yeah.
It's not doing you any good. It's not doing anybody any good, okay?
Well, when I go up here, I'm gonna ask to talk to Miss Robinson because me and her was, kind of cool since the
Who
day
is
I
she?
got hit, the psyche vet or one of the ladies that pretty much just talk to you. So,
Stay in touch.
Yeah, so
See how you're
I
doing.
Told her about my son. She's like, oh yeah. She's like, whenever you have anything to talk about, and then the next day she came and see me on her own, and she's like, you doing good today? I'm like, yeah. And she told the CO to go ahead, and she pretty much shut the door behind her and was sitting in there talking to me for a good
Okay.
15 minutes. I mean,
So you have somebody in there that you
kind of
can talk to. Well, it's a start, dude. I mean,
And
you
then-
haven't been in there long, so.
Yeah, and then the CO that I'm at now, me and him was talking. I guess he did time over in Afghanistan, and we was talking a little. And he said, "Dude, I understand where you're coming from." He said, "But I just, I ain't in here. I've been in Afghanistan." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And it kind of sort of let go right there because, like I said, man, it just the simple thoughts of what the hell and where my son is. I really don't know what and how to do this. I just want to go back upstairs and read this Bible and pray
Do you have your Bible in your room or no?
in the whole place with me. Yeah.
Okay.
They haven't took that from me yet.
Well, don't do anything where they will, and I'm not saying
It's
you
just
will.
No, it's just
Keep cool.
It's just a mix-up, they said, but I'm wondering why the hell I'm still spending hours on hours in a hole when I should be. Well, I should have had my visit earlier in the phone call or something,
Yeah.
but haven't had nothing.
Okay.
Just a PC hearing, and they said, okay, that's it, and put me in the cell back where I
Yeah.
was. I asked to take a shower. The one CO was like, no, not right now. He said, you're in lockup. I'm like, what did I do? Like,
What happened? Yeah, and they're saying, "Oh, this is where all the fighters go."
yeah, so
But I don't think that's the only. That's not the only people that are up there. I know they told you. Somebody told you that, but
Well,
I've heard other people in protective custody. But
no, I'm not in protective custody yet. I had the hearing for it earlier. They said they'll let me know by the night. If not the night, it'll be a couple days.
okay,
So yeah, I gotta still watch my back. But it's just about like how this is all going. Like, I mean, only thing like I just said is to go to my Bible. Well, not my Bible. Go to the Bible and pray one time that what it is I can get my mind off of it, and then hopefully they'll, as I go up here, they'll be like, yeah, you're not in this cell no more. This way I can be in a different one. And then I can get 10, 15 minutes out of the cell. Like, I walked around the table when I was on the 4th floor. I walked around the table a couple times, had a phone call, talked to my son. What was that? The other day when my mom put him on speaker.
yeah,
Like I said, I hung up the phone because that was the first time I heard his voice
yeah.
in a couple of days.
Okay.
My fault.
No, there's no fault.
It's just so hard.
Yeah.
Like I said, something I wish I could take back. That's too late.
Yeah. You sorry you did this?
Truly. Like, by all means. Like, I wouldn't give up nothing else but my left nut for this right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's how sorry I truly am. Like, I put that in my kid's life. I'm truly sorry about this, man. And
Yeah.
it's not you that I have to tell that to, it's God.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's doing his work, and it is what it is.
Do you remember what bank it was that Uloma went and got this money out of?
No, because I'm not from around that way in Beechwood or Warrenville.
Did she use the ATM or go inside?
I think she pulled up to the ATM part.
Do you know, didn't her and Jackie share a bank?
Not fully, no.
What kind of?
Jackie had her, what was that, a minor account through Navy Federal. And her mom had, an adult account, which was like, she's in kind of control of it.
Through Navy Federal?
Yeah, but, Jackie's mom couldn't take money from Jackie's account unless she had her on the phone. Like,
Gotcha.
Jackie had to be on the phone with the lady, and
Mhm.
boom. And if she came in person, they both had to be there.
So Navy Federal, you can use any ATM, right?
I don't know. I only got U.S. Bank, and that's right around the corner from my mom. So, like I said, I barely even know. Man.
Do you know what road that bank was on?
What is that, Warrensville or?
Warrensville Center?
Yeah, somewhere over there. 'Cause like I said, it's Beechwood. Then you got Warrensville, Richmond, and all that. And they pretty much had me lost looking at new.
Yeah.
All that was new, and like I said, the way they live a little bit was money, I guess. And so, I don't know. They just was always going, like,
Yeah.
for the fancy route, but
I'm gonna cut this off.
Yeah. We didn't threaten you or promise you anything to come over here and talk to us, did we? We didn't, right?
that's why.
What?
Trying to get home, man.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
I wish it was that easy, really. You know that,
I
right?
understand, man. It's just, I
All
try
we can do is
trying to work with y'all, so this way,
it works out best for you, correct?
kind of, sort of, yes. Well, not kind of, sort of, yes, sir.
No, I mean, that's
It's the only way to do it, man. It's just to go about the right way instead of the wrong way.
I gotta cut this off. You want to give him some donut or something?
Huh?
you want something to eat, or you got donuts, you're hungry.
I'll take one real quick. 'Cause
Yeah, what
I'm in the hole.
The testimony of Chad Paget and co-conspirators Chris Hine and Ryan Doughty gives police what they need to arrest mastermind Uloma Curry-Walker.
Okay.
At trial, Chad Padgett, Chris Hine and Ryan Doughty testified against Uloma Curry-Walker as part of a plea deal. One of the shocking revelations was that Curry-Walker had never had cancer. She had faked the entire thing to convince William Walker to marry her. Chad Padgett pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter with conspiracy. He was sentenced to 28 years to life. Chris Hine pleaded to aggravated murder and was sentenced to 18 years to life. Pleading to aggravated murder and conspiracy, Ryan Doughty was sentenced to 23 years to life. For her part in the homicide, Jacqueline Hines was tried as a minor and sentenced to 1 month in a juvenile detention center. Uloma Curry-Walker was found guilty of aggravated murder, conspiracy, and felonious assault. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.